for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's the boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building, and we are back. New media today, USA Boxing. I'm shooting again, guys, live from a patio. Everything, getting done. I apologize for me shooting out here. I know I want to look a lot more professional. My set is going to look like a very, very professional podcast in the next coming days. I can promise you that. I have everything. When I say I have everything, I have everything. I dropped thousands of dollars into this setup and the equipment that I'm going to use in order to make this a very good, smooth transition. I have one more piece I'm waiting on, but that's neither here nor there. Other than that, let me address the super chat right quick. Shout out to my big sister, Lisa Bells. I don't have my Ali Bell on me right now, sis, and I don't have my sound effects, super chat sound effects set up right yet, guys. But I want to thank you guys, man. People like Lisa Bells, anyone who's ever sent me a super chat or anyone that's ever sent me a cash app, I really do appreciate it. And because some of the money that I did earn on this YouTube platform, I was able to buy a lot of equipment. I have new webcams. I have a new camera, a real digital camera. I have just a whole bunch of different things. You know what I mean? So some of that money, all of that money I used towards that, and then plus money that I already had. So I got a lot of stuff, guys. I promise you that. Today, man, we're going to cook today. I promise you this. Yesterday, I was a little bit subdued. I was a little bit calm. You know what I mean? But I had someone hit me up on Instagram in my DM, and the guy told me, he said, man, Coach, listen, man, let me tell you something. He said, man, what we love about you is your passion and how you speak. You see what I'm saying? We want you to do you. Don't worry about what anyone else says. So if you want to yell, get loud, get rowdy, talk trash, that's what we love about you. So I said, you know what, fam, you're right. I got to be me. I don't know how to be anyone else. I can't be like a lot of the other channels are. You see what I'm saying? I have personality. I have flair. I have pizzazz, and it is what it is. And I have my own unique perspective on what I see and how I think about the sport of boxing. As you guys know, I love the sport of boxing more so than I love an individual fighter. But once again, I want to thank my sister Lisa Bells for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it, sis. I really, really do appreciate it. Because I know that I know you've been rocking with me, Lisa, for a while now from the beginning, and I really am humble that all of you guys who show up, just really take the time out to rock with the old boy, to rock with the old man. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, man, we fixing to get into it, bro. Because right now, man, there's a whole lot of foolishness going on. I call it foolishness. Now, you guys know what my background is, where I come from. I come from this. If you see anybody in the United States with a panther like this, he's an old guy. He's an old guy, because this is like this is an old school panther. And you guys know I was a lieutenant in the Nation of Islam, came out of mosque number 47. You can't really see it all. FOI. FOI stand for Fruit of Islam, the crescent. Moon in the crescent, the crescent moon and all that stuff there. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Listen, man, when I say I am a professional when it comes to race hustling, trust me, I am. It's my background. I understand it very well. I understand it very, very well. I understand the talking points. I understand the mentality that these Wilder fanboys and these Alphabet Boy Channel fanboys, I understand their mentality. Do you want to know why? Because I had that same mentality. These fools, and I call them fools because I was a fool myself at once upon a time. Me being 47 years old, I just woke up like 6 years ago. So I woke up at like 41. I finally snapped out of my trance at 41. I think after a 24 and a half year hiatus. Lost my mind for 24 and a half years. I was very radical. I was very racial. I woke up mad, angry, bitter every day. Everything was the white man's fault. Now, just disregard that all the success that some of these black people who are saying that they are victims. And this is the crazy part about it, because anytime you use race as an excuse when you are a multimillionaire, Deontay Wilder's worth $30-something million, almost $40 million. If the system was against him and he didn't have the complexion for the protection, he never would have been heavyweight champion of the world. He never would have the type of money that he has now. You see what I'm saying? He never would have the favor and influence that a lot of poor white people don't have. But because he has money, he has that favor and he has that influence, and because of his celebrity status. And let's not forget, It was that same quote unquote white system that helped build him up and make him who he is today. You see what I'm saying? But right now we finna cook right now. Bro, I'm not sparing nobody. I want to say this, and I want to say this off the top. If you are a Deontay Wilder fanboy, you may want to turn away from this channel today. If you are a Alphabet Boy channel supporter or fanboy, you might want to turn away from this channel today. You see what I'm saying? The kitchen gonna get hot. You might want to turn away from this today. This is not going to be for you today. I can promise you that. You see what I'm saying? Now, Free Smoke Senior is back. That's me. I was a little tired yesterday doing the move and stuff. I got a little bit more energy today. I have my webcam set up. I'm on my MacBook Pro i9, MacBook Pro. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But before we get started, let's go ahead and let me give everybody a shout out. Shout out to Jason Porritz. Listen, if you're a fanboy, you come on here, man, and you go to talking crazy, I'm telling you, I'm not playing with you today. I'm not. You know my motto. Bye, Felicia. Anyways, shout out to James Burrell. Shout out to my big sister, Lisa Bell. Shout out to Ade, A-D-E. I guess that's A to Ade. Shout out to let's see, ADE. Shout out to my brother Corn Kid. Shout out to Bill Taylor. Let me know if you guys can hear me very well too. Shout out to Southside Boxing. What's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Ronald Finkley. Shout out to my big brother Shelton Moore. We're gonna talk later, fam. I'm gonna call you later, Shelton. Shout out to Bill Taylor. Shout out to shout out to my brother Charlo. You know what I mean? We're gonna address Jermell Charlo too. We're gonna address him too. We're gonna address Jermell Charlo. I got my notes right here too, man. So we're gonna address Jermell Charlo too. Absolutely. Because I'm gonna defend Jermell Charlo today. I'm gonna defend Jermell Charlo today because he spoke the truth. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Corn Kid. Shout out to the SCSL. You see what I'm saying? South Croy. Shout out to Shane, my brother Shane. Shout out to Ivan. Shout out to let's see. Shout out to my brother Sly Tennessees, man. Sly Tennessees, man. Shout out, man, for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Coach, what's up? You see Wilder's tweet? No, I haven't seen the tweet. Yeah, Wilder been putting out so much stuff. It's amazing that now Wilder's doing a whole lot of talking right now. Wilder's doing a whole lot of talking right now. He's going on his he's a SJW. I guess he's a social justice warrior. He's going on his he's going on his pity parade. His I'm a victim of white supremacy parade. Well, I tell you what, man, if you're a victim of white supremacy in the system and you worth $30 million and you became the WBC heavyweight champion of the world and you defended your title for 5 years, that's the kind of white supremacy that I need right there. That's the kind of white supremacy that I need right there. Anyways, Eliza, what's going on, fam? You see what I'm saying? Rocket Andretti, what's going on, fam? Mark Remington, what's going on, fam? What's up with you? Michael Buffer, what's going on? What's going on, fam? You see what I'm saying? William Welsh, what's going on? You see what I'm saying? New Money DMG. What's going on, fam? Yeah. Daniel Minter, what's going on? My sister Lisa Bells again. What's going on, sis? My big sister Lisa Bells. Let's see who else we got. Cash Money. What's going on, fam? Red, White, and Dew. What's going on? You see what I'm saying? Listen, man. Listen, bro. I listen. You know me. I'm not coming with the narrative. I'm not coming with the narratives, bro. I am not coming with the narrative. No, we're not gonna play skin color politics. It was all good when you was 41-0 and 40-0 and you was knocking out taxi cab drivers and Uber drivers. It was all good when you was doing that. You knocked out plenty of white boxers. You know, Arthur Spilker and these other guys, you knocked out plenty of them. And then as soon as you lose, now you want to play victim. No, sir, no, sir. We are not going to play professional victimhood today. You will not get away with that. Not with me, not on this channel. And I get it. I hear it from the Alphabet Boy channels. They're fanboys all the time. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say I'm a coon. You're going to say I'm a sellout. You're going to say I'm Uncle Tom. You're going to say, hey, man, I'm working for the white man and this and that and yada. I know what you're going to say. Guess what? It ain't going to work today or tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you guys ain't got no power with the Alphabet Boy community. You fanboys, you Wilder fanboys. All you are reduced to is name calling and insults. That's all you got. Name calling and insults. You deflect and you don't deal with the facts. You see what I'm saying? You name calling, you do insults, and that's all you got. So anyways, but let's go. I know because I used to do the same thing. I did it for 24 and a half years. I'm a vet at it. You know what I mean? I'm a vet at it. I know what it is. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to Sly Tendencies, man, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. No, I haven't seen the wildest chat, my brother. I haven't seen it. Carlos Mendoza. Shout out to you, fam. What's up with you, baby? What's going on? Anyways, let's get into this. John Doe, what's going on? And what is it? Aho? I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. Ayo. I don't know how to pronounce it. You know what I mean? I really don't know. What you say? You say, dude got that old head hat. Yeah. Hey, for sure. I'm telling you, listen, I need a haircut, man. I need a haircut, bro. That's why I got this on right now, man. I'm looking kind of rough. I ain't shaved and nothing. I'll take it off though, man. That's my old school hat. Listen, if you see anybody with this tattoo right here, with this old school throwback 1969 Panther on his arm, and you see him wearing his hat, just know you should know how old he is, his age. You know what I mean? I'm telling my age with that. But I don't mind letting everybody know I'm 47. Anyways, I'm a little sleepy right now. I'm gonna put this back on, man, because I'm looking kind of rough right now, dog. I'm looking kind of rough. You know, I like to look a little tight, man. Anyways, shout out to my main man Steve Rose. Steve Rose. What's going on, Stephen Rose? Let's see, David Woods. What's going on, fam? Uwapo. What's going on? What's going on? Dennis. What is it? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I just say Dennis TV. Dennis TV. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, my brother. You know what I mean? Let's see who else we got. ABT Tix. What's going on, fam? Blu-ray TV. What's going on? You see what I'm saying? My brother Ronald Finkley. What's going on, fam? Eddie Val. What's going on? You see what I'm saying? What else we got? BG. What's going on? Bill Taylor. What's happening? Shout out to my brother, man, Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Listen, man, if you guys don't know who Retro Boxing and Documentaries is, I would advise you to please go to his channel and subscribe to my big brother's channel right here in Florida with me. Hey, Blood, I'm not too far from you now, brother. I made the move. Not too far from you. I'm about 2 hours away from you now. 2 hours? Nah, you know what? I might be an hour and 45 minutes, something like that, away from you now. You know what I mean? Just to let you know. Anyways, let's see. Who else we got, man? We finna get into this. Go ahead and cook right quick, man. Let's go ahead and cook. So anyways, let's do this. Shout out to Brown Gone. Shout out to Dr. Repper. You know what I mean? Let's see. Shout out to Dr. Repper. Shout out to Tent Guy 17. And shout out to Brown Gone. And that's it. Now let's get right into this. Now, it's so much to unpack today. I'm doing a 2-part series on this. I might do a 3-part. I'm gonna go today, we're gonna go tomorrow, and I might hit them up again Saturday. Not for sure on that yet. But anyways, let's address this. So I did watch the interview that Deontay Wilder gave on FightHype.com. I've been receiving a lot of messages in my inbox telling me what I think about it. I watched the interview, man, and I was disgusted by it. Literally, I was disgusted by it. This fool, Deontay Wilder, the twerkinator is what I call him. This fool is playing the race card. And you've been quiet for over a year. You've been quiet. You've been twerking. You've been doing everything other than trying to get ready for Tyson Fury. Now you did say that y'all had 3 training camps last year. Why you and Tyson Fury didn't fight last year, I have no idea. Because I do know that Tyson Fury was preparing. And all he talked about last year was fighting you last year. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to Rachel. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about fighting you last year. But whatever the reason may be, it didn't happen. But now this dude, Deontay Wilder, he's taking a page out of them old school, I like to say them old school race hustle playbook. You know, Don King was good at playing the race hustle back then. You know, he was good at that. I like Don King, but he was good at that in certain situations. Only in America, you know, in certain situations he was good at that. And he had a valid point based on what he experienced coming up. So I understand what Don King talking about. This is the problem, guys. In 2021, Jeff Lucietta, shout out to Jeff Lucietta, shout out to Bacon and Eggs. In 2021, you have a lot more opportunities for people who look like me and any other nationality. When a millionaire, a guy who's worth $35 million, tell me that he's a victim of any kind of racism in the sport of boxing, when the sport of boxing allowed you to become worth $30 million or $35 million net worth. The sport of boxing allowed you to go to the Olympics and get the bronze medal. The sport of boxing allowed you to become the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And on your journey, your track to getting that, you see what I'm saying? You had 2 white managers. Make this make sense to me, guys. Make this make sense to me. You have 2 white managers. If you were so and you work with white networks like ESPN, not ESPN, like not Cinemax, what's the one they was with? I forgot the one they was with. Showtime, like Showtime and Fox and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? You have white managers, JD's and Shelley Bullwinkle, but you're talking all this pro-black stuff. It was all good when you was knocking out Uber drivers and taxi cab drivers and bums. And then as soon as someone criticizes you or tell you the truth, you know what I mean? You get them out of your circle. This is why you have a glorified hype man, glorified yes man in Malik Scott. When Malik Scott is telling you that, you know, you 10 times better than Muhammad Ali, bro, we automatically know what that is. Malik Scott understand that this is an opportunity of a lifetime in order to help the Twerkinator win his match against Tyson Fury, and he want to continue to get that check because he was able to successfully get JD's moved out of the way, get Mark Breland fired, and then now he's in Wilder's ear, and now he's a head trainer. You see what I'm saying? I want you guys to see something because we finna cook on this race hustle and stuff. We finna cook on it right now. But I want you guys to understand something. Why do you think Mark Breland was ready to let go? Who was the guy that was whispering in Deontay Wilder's ear? You can tell just based on this fool Malik Scott, and I like Malik Scott, but I got to call him a fool because he said some foolish things about the great Muhammad Ali. R.I.P. to Muhammad Ali. You see what I'm saying? He said, you know, he made a fool of himself when he said that Deontay Wilder is 10 times better, is 10 times more skilled than Muhammad Ali inside of the ring, and he's been through 10 times more things than Deontay Wilder, than Muhammad Ali outside of the ring. I tell you what, if that ain't a glorified yes man, I don't know what it is. And you want to know how I know that he's a glorified yes man? Because when Malik Scott was pulling on Wilder's jock on the Alphabet Boy channel, the general contractor, 7A Sports TV, aka Jabba the Hutt, aka the general contractor. They call him the general, but I call him the general contractor. You see what I'm saying? So when Malik Scott was saying all of these beautiful words and giving his soliloquy on that show, you see what I'm saying? Guess what happened? Deontay Wilder was sitting there smiling, cheesing from ear to ear, you know, like he hit the lotto or something, really happy at what he was hearing. So you know that Malik Scott had the gift of gab and he was able to put words in Deontay Wilder's ear. He probably was the one that was telling Deontay Wilder, hey man, you know what, man, something wasn't right about you when you stepped in the ring, man. I wonder if Mark Breland spiked your water. I ain't never seen you fight like that, champ. Man, you know you wasn't right. You know it was something going on, man. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never really trust Mark Breland like that. And then he threw the towel in. How you gonna throw the towel in, champ? How he gonna throw the towel in when you almost had Tyson Fury? You know, at any given moment in time, you was losing fights in the past, and you always had that equalizer. You see what I'm saying? You always had that equalizer, and was to get him out of there. He threw the towel in before you got a chance to land that perfect punch. I wonder if he working with the ops. Is he op and he's with the opposition? Something ain't right about that. So Deontay Wilder wasn't eating it up because he didn't want to accept the fact that he lost to a white boy. He didn't want to accept the fact that he lost to Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? A guy who he made it racial, you know, who he made it racial against leading up to the second fight. He made it racial the whole time. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't want to accept that. So it had to be anything but you just got your ass whooped that day. So Malik Scott was the one whispering in Deontay Wilder's ear. I figured it out. No one told me this. I figured it out myself. Coach Malachi Williams on New Media Today USA Boxing Podcast. I figured it out. Malik Scott was the weasel who weaseled his way into Deontay Wilder's ear, and he's dropped all those messages in Deontay Wilder's ear, and they got Mark Breland fired. Shout out to my main man Toon, my brother Toon, man, my brother Toon. Shout out to you, brother, for the super chat. I ain't got my sound effects today, man, but salute to you, brother. I really, really appreciate you. Go into it. What you say? Got into it with Drew Titan today. Drew the midget. Dude is ridiculously stupid. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you can fight, you can fight. Dude said I was an agent and can't be trusted. Dude, yeah, listen, I understand that, bro. Listen, bro, it's the oldest playbook in the world. I was like that for 24 and a half years, too. So I get what he's saying, my brother. I get what he's saying. I get exactly what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, check this out, though. Check this out, though, right? Check this out, though. You see what I'm saying? Check this out. This is what we're going to do. So this fool here, Malik Scott, weaseled his way into there. And I want you guys to think about what I'm saying. He weaseled his way into there. He weaseled his way into there. Now, he did such a good job that he was able to jump over JD's and become the lead trainer. And now he's twerking with Wilder. They dancing together, hugging and kissing, giving each other sugar, booed up, and all these different things. Who knows what's going on with these two fools? You see what I'm saying? And now, anytime you don't support the quote unquote pro-black narrative, I'm gonna tell you why they're giving pro-black a bad name. I'm gonna tell you why you're giving it a bad name. This is the problem that's going on in 2021. You're trying to live a 1960s, 1950s narrative in the 2021 era. This is the problem with that. You trying to bring back the 50s and 60s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Yeah, it's still the same way. And you know we doing this and doing that. You trying to draw from that history and say this is what's going on today. When you are living in a mansion, you are worth 30 to $35 million net worth. You're living in a mansion. You have plenty of money. You have 2 white managers. You have been very successful, been to the Olympics and everything, won the heavyweight championship title. If the system, if white supremacy in boxing was so much against you, sir, why did they allow you to become the heavyweight champion of the world? Why would they allow you to make $35 million, $30 million net worth? Why would they do that, sir? And for the poor Black Americans that's out there who buy into this victimhood mentality, that who IQs is really not the brightest in the world, and they don't understand a race hustle if it slapped them in the face. They don't understand that this guy's using race to justify his success. This man, Deontay Wilder, has been very successful in life. He's went through struggles, but he's overcame those battles with his God-given abilities. And now, when you ain't heard nothing about systemic racism, you ain't heard nothing about the oppression and this and that and yada yada. You ain't haven't heard anything about that until he lost. As soon as he lose, now guess what we get? Oh man, you know, Tyson Fury had the complexion for the protection and all of this stuff there and yada 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 yada. Okay, look, brother, when you was beating all them Uber drivers and taxi cab drivers and all this stuff there and talking about to this day, when you were saying all of that, you ain't say nothing about no racial stuff. As soon as you get your ass whooped, now everything is about skin color politics. Brother, I know. I was the same way for 24 and a half years. And prior to that, you know, my mother was the Black Panther. So I learned hatred from the womb of my mother. I hated a race of people who did nothing to me based on extorted stuff that was told to me what happened in the past. Because everything that you hear, unless you do your own research, you see what I'm saying? You would think that, listen, man, we was just chilling on the continent of Africa or West Africa, in Ghana and places like that. We were just chilling and people just jumped off a boat and grabbed us and snatched us and went to kidnapping us. False. That's not what happened. But I'm not even gonna get into that right now. As you guys know, I'm an avid book reader. I know a whole lot about history because I have to read a lot. I'm very mean when it comes to doing research. In the journalist in me, I'm a registered journalist with the United States Press Agency. I can show you guys my press badge, like literally right now, active. You know what I mean? So my teacher who taught me how to do research very thoroughly. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, that's neither here nor there. But before I even became that, I already know how to do research because a lot of the ministers in the Nation of Islam, some of the ministers, my minister, my grandfather, he taught me how to do proper thoroughly research. But it was narrative-based research. So anything that you find that goes counter to your narrative, you dismiss it as white supremacy. If anything that you find that goes in conjunction with your narrative, you use it. And if you have the verbal skills to communicate and articulate, you see what I'm saying, then you will be able to sound so convincing that someone who has a lower IQ than you, who don't know how to understand what you're saying, they'll jump right on and say, facts. Facts. That's right. Spit that, brother. Spit that truth. They wouldn't know the truth if it slapped them in the face. This is why I'm qualified to speak on this race hustling, because I come from a race hustling background. I come from a I hate white people background. I come from that background. It was taught to me by my own mother, which enabled me to be taken advantage of, because my grandfather was in the Nation of Islam since 1955 when he came over here from the Dominican Republic, right? And so he'd been in the Nation of Islam since 1955, and he taught me. You see what I'm saying? I met all of the top power hitters in the nation. Outside of Farrakhan, I never met him personally, but I met pretty much all of them. Whether it was Jabril, aka Bernard Kushmir in Arizona, whether it was L5, Captain Curtis, whether it was Musain, whether it was Musain down in Miami, whether it was BR down in Miami. You see what I'm saying? Whoever it was, I met him. Whether it was my brother Norman Muhammad, aka Norman Thrasher, you know what I mean? Whoever it was, I met him. Trust me, I know the playbook very well. I know the race hustle playbook very well. If it ends with I'm not even gonna get into that. This fight is gonna be very interesting. The press conference is going to be very interesting. The press conference is going to be very interesting, guys. Very interesting. Because of the racial element. Deontay Wilder is talking about race. And this is why I say that it's a good chance that Deontay Wilder may lose against Tyson Fury on the 24th. I'm going to tell you why. Because in his mind, the reason why he lost the fight is not because he didn't have the better boxing skills that day. It was because of all of these conspiracies that he believed in. So if you believe that that's the only reason why you lost, then you see no reason why you should correct anything from the past. So all of that stuff that shout out to my brother Tellum, shout out to Strangingness. All of that stuff, always you. Shout out to you, fam. JC, shout out to you. All of that stuff that we see Deontay Wilder doing in the ring, it really don't mean nothing to me. You know why it don't mean nothing to me? Because one, I haven't seen him spar. And two, we don't know what he's going to do when Tyson Fury become front foot dominant and try to put him on the back foot. You got to show him you can fight off the back foot first. You see what I'm saying? Tyson Fury ain't going to fall for getting hit with that right hand. He ain't going to fall for that. He gonna take that right hand away from you. So when what you working on the hand mitts don't work, then what? I say that the twerkinator go right back to what he know how to do best. Load up on that right hand. What's going to happen? And you got the glorified yes man in this corner. So let's go ahead and Javis Bickle, what do you say? Que pasa? Saludos. Saludos to you, mi hermano. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Cómo te sientes, mi hermano? Y yo espero que te lo tiene buenos suertes. Buenos suertes, mi hermano. Es un placer conocerlo. Anyways, let me go ahead and get into this, guys, and I'm gonna address everybody in the chat. So check this out. So when I looked at the interview, right, Wilder says that he said in this interview, he said that he wants Anthony Joshua to keep that same energy in making the fight with him once he beats Tyson Fury. My nigga, why would Anthony Joshua want to deal with you again, fool? You still got Shelly Bullwinkle in your corner. Shelly Bullwinkle was the guy, Deontay Wilder, who told you to turn down a 3-fight, $120 million deal. Why would he deal with you again anymore? And you tried to make that racial by saying disparaging racial things at Eddie Hearn. Why would he deal with you again? Again, you know my motto. If Joshua can get by Usyk, here go my term sheet, man. To fight me, I want $100 million. This is why I want to fight at. Y'all make that happen. Other than that, I'm finna go. I got mandatories to fight. I ain't got time to be playing with you dudes. Wilder's not concerned with the stuff that he says. I want to make history. I want to become undisputed. He ain't concerned with that. He's concerned with pushing the narrative. He wants to play a victim that's worth $30 million. He became the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, defending his title 10 times, defending his title 10 times in the 5-year span, living in a mansion in Alabama. He's a country bumpkin who not very smart, not very articulate, as you can see. Deontay Wilder tries to talk smart, but he's dumb as a box of rocks. There's a lot of dumb millionaires. He's one of them, right? And he tries to use race, but he doesn't know how to articulate his point very well. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Shout out to my sister Karma Serene. Shout out to my sister Karma Serene. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Shelton Moore said I'm killing his eyes with the jersey. Hey, listen. Check this out, man. So this guy right here, man. I'm gonna drop the link in the description, man, so everybody can chop it up. You know me, man. I'm gonna drop the link in the description because I know you guys want to come in with this. I know you want to come in. I'm gonna drop the link in the description. You know what I mean? So anyway, so this is what it is. So when you can tell, you know, when the guy come out want to play victim, you know, he telling Joshua to keep that same energy and he wants to play victim. Don't worry about Anthony Joshua Wilder. You need to worry about that 6'9", 275-pound gypsy that you're gonna have to see on July 24th. This is what Deontay Wilder is trying to do right now, guys. He's trying to do what we call psychological warfare. Let me explain something to you guys who are not of African American descent. In America, you have a lot of black guys, including myself. I was one of them. You know, before you get ready to fight, and every fighter says this, you know, before you get ready to fight, you know, my job is to talk trash to you, try to intimidate you, look all mean in the camera. When I get face to face with you, look all mean and try to have you scared and trembling before you step in the ring with me. Mike Tyson was good at that. He was good at just intimidating his opponents before he stepped in the ring. But something happened one day with Mike Tyson. When he was up snorting coke, and you guys know I'm a fanboy of Mike Tyson. You know this. You know this. Something happened to Mike Tyson. One day he stepped in the ring and a guy named James Buster Douglas was not afraid of him. James Buster Douglas was not scared. And he took it to Mike Tyson that day. Broke my heart. I was crying. Wanted to pull up on Buster Douglas. I had like 10 dudes who wanted to pull up on Buster Douglas. That's how much of a fanboy I was. That's how much of a fanboy I was. Literally, that's how much of a fanboy I was. You see what I'm saying? So, anyways, you guys see I'm wearing the New England Patriots jersey, but I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. You know, I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. I'm from West Tampa, Florida. That's where I'm originally from, West Tampa. In the housing projects of West Tampa, Florida, that's where I'm from. I grew up off welfare, food stamps, government cheese, the ice cream truck. We used to go to the park. Back in my day when I was growing up, we used to go to the park in the summertime. They had a summer program. We go to the park and they give out free sandwiches, like free Cuban sandwiches and milk and juice and stuff like that. That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up in the housing projects in West Tampa, Florida. So my team is Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Tampa Bay Buccaneers is my team. But that's neither here nor there. West Tampa. West, y'all. Address 1332 Main Street, Apartment B. That's why I lived at. In the heart of West Tampa. In the heart of the city of Tampa. And then I ended up moving to Miami. But anyways, later on down the line. So what happened was when Wilder stepped into the ring, Wilder could not intimidate Tyson Fury. That's what happened. Wilder could not intimidate Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? And when you step into a ring with a guy who's made his whole career off intimidating hobos and bums and Uber drivers and taxi cab drivers and Winn-Dixie and Walmart warehouse workers, you know, when you step into the ring with a guy who's used to doing that and you're not afraid of him, then what? And when you beat him down, psychologically, it does something to him. So what's going on is this. Sly Tennessee, shout out to you, fam. Shout out to my brother Sly Tennessee, the Wilder playing checkers, thinking he playing chess. Listen, man, he too dumb to know the difference between chess and checkers. That's the problem. He's too dumb to know whether he's playing chess or checkers. I will not be addressing any trolls in the chat today. You trolls get no airtime today. You trolls will get no airtime today. I promise you that. I promise you that. You won't get no airtime today. I won't even acknowledge you. And if my moderators block you, so be it. So be it. But anyways, I say all that to say this. So, in Black America, you know, I will say this with a lot of black fighters and just dudes on the street in general. You know, we talk a lot of trash. We talk a lot of bravado, especially right here in the state of Florida. Talk big jump, a lot of bravado. So it's a psychological warfare. So what Deontay Wilder is doing right now, he's going on the Chitlin circuit, talking to all these different media outlets with his psychological warfare. He's coming with accusations, racism, protection for the complexion, you know, he was cheated, this, that, yada, 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 yada. This is why he's going to get his ass beat again. This is why he's going to get his ass beat again. I'm pretty sure of that. You see what I'm saying? I won't bet any money on it, but I'm pretty sure of that. Because if Tyson Fury comes with that same energy and say, you know what, I don't give a damn what Wilder say. I beat his ass. Wilder couldn't beat me when I was 50% when I fought on the first fight. And in the second fight, I dish-ragged him. And in the third fight, I don't give a damn what he says. I'm coming again. He wanted to show me what he got. Then what? Then what? What my brother say? Let's see. Then what? London, what's the London old school? What to say? Wilder's going to get a serious beating this time. I worry about Wilder's mental state. I don't worry about his mental state. He need to get what's coming to him. Because I'm gonna tell you something. He need to get what's coming to him. He need to get what's coming to him. And what better way to lose to a white boy again? But I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you plan on going on that fight, I wouldn't go. I was talking to Shetton Moore. He said some real stuff. If Wilder loses again in Vegas, it's gonna be chaos with the Wilder ice. It's with the Wilder ice. So, anyways, but let's keep going. So, number 2, Wilder said he was under some kind of JuJu when he fought Tyson Fury. This is what he said on Fight Hype. He said, anyone who knows me know that I wasn't myself. I was under some kind of spell or JuJu. Okay, so if you was under some kind of spell or JuJu, was that Tyson Fury's fault? And who put the spell on you, Twerkinator? Who put the spell on you? Now this fool is saying, let's run it down, guys. Let's run it down. Fred the barbershop said Deontay Wilder had we're gonna do it in order. Wilder said that to Kevin Iole 2 days after he got beat up by Tyson Fury. He said that the costume was the reason why his legs was weak. And he said Tyson Fury did not hurt him at no point in time in the fight. Shout out to my brother Halim, man. Shout out to my brother Tellum. And shout out to my brother Topin Time. He said that at no point in time Tyson Fury hurt him. He said that the costume wore his legs out. That's excuse number 1. Excuse number 2, he said that Tyson Fury had egg wakes in his glove. That's why he lost. That's excuse number 2. Excuse number 3 was because we have 2 different versions of Glovegate. Tyson Fury had the padding taken out of his glove. So he had egg weights and the padding taken out of his glove, plus his legs was weak from the costume. That's 3 excuses. The 4th excuse was the referee was a crab in the bucket referee. That's 4 excuses. The 5th excuse was my corner was disloyal and throwing the towel in. That's 5 excuses. The 6th excuse was Mark Breland spiked my water bottle. That's the 6th excuse. The 7th excuse was there was a conspiracy against me in the sport of boxing. He said because he didn't have the complexion for the protection, everybody conspired against him to make sure he loses his belt. That's the 6th excuse. The 7th excuse was Fred the barbershop said that he think Wilder had COVID-19. That's the 7th excuse. The 8th excuse now is, you know what I mean? The system is trying to keep him down, and now he's saying that he was under some kind of JuJu or spell. So this fool don't made 8 or 9 different excuses. This fool don't made 8 or 9 different excuses of why he lost his fight. My question to all you Wilder supporters is which one it is. Because the Twerkinator, your king, not mine, from Alabama, the country boy from Alabama, he said that he gave 9 different excuses why he lost the fight. I'm still trying to figure out which one it was. So let's move on. Let's move on. Wilder said that a lot of people conspired against him in his loss to Tyson Fury. Who conspired against you, sir? Deontay Wilder, aka the Twerkinator. Who conspired against you, sir? Was it Tyson Fury's left hand or his right hand? Because that's the only conspiracy that I saw that night. I saw Tyson Fury conspiring to beat your Alabama ass with his left hand and his right hand. So that was 2 conspiracies that went on that night when Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fought. It was the left hand conspiracy and the right hand conspiracy. That was it. So what's conspiracy that you guys want to believe? Do you want to believe it was the left jab, or do you want to believe it was the right hook? Or do you want to believe it was the body shot that dropped him? Or do you want to believe it was the right cross that dropped him the first time? Which conspiracy it is? There was a conspiracy against Deontay Wilder that night, and it was Tyson Fury's fault. The left hand conspired against Deontay Wilder's jaw, and the right hand conspired to put a dent in his head, so he said. I didn't know you can dent bones. I had no idea you can dent bones. I know that you can break a bone, you can fracture a bone, but I never heard of a bone being dented. The skull. But hey, it is what it is. Let's move on. Wilder also says that hold on, guys, hold on. We're gonna talk about Jermell Charlo too. But Wilder brought up the situation with JD's. Check this out. In the interview that he did on FightHype.com, the guy asked some powerful interview. He said, "Listen, man, you know what happened with what happened with the gloves? We heard that you got rid of JD's. We're gonna do a part 2 on this. We heard that you got rid of JD's. We heard that you got rid of JD's, right? That's what he said. He said, "Who told you that? Where you heard that from? Where you heard that from? Huh? Where you heard that from?" That's what he said, right? He said, "No, JD's still on the team." He said, "Yeah, the reason why I say this is because you're saying that Wilder, you're saying that because Tyson Fury was able to put egg weights in his gloves and he was able to take the padding out of his gloves, JD's was the one that was in the locker room who saw this happen. So since JD's saw what happened with the gloves and the hand wraps, that means that JD's had to be down with the conspiracy, right? Deontay Wilder took up for JD's. He took up for JD's. He said that, no, man, no, what it is JD's don't know what's going on. He didn't know what to look for in the dressing room when hands are getting wrapped. This is what this fool said. Now, check this out, guys. The irony in this whole thing. Now, I'm not trying to make anything racial at all. You see what I'm saying? I'm not making anything racial at all. But check this out, though. How you going to be pro-black? You get rid of the black trainer in Mark Breland because you listening to another black guy whispering in your ear, Malik Scott, the glorified hype man whispering in your ear. He got you to fire Mark Breland, make him the lead trainer, but you keep JD's. And then not only do you keep JD's, you take up for JD's. You take up for JD's in the interview while throwing Mark Breland under the bus. Mark Breland was receiving death threats from the Alphabet Boy community supporters. He was receiving death threats. Him and Sugar Hill was receiving death threats from Wild Ed supporters. This is how delusional these fools are. You so pro-black, but you got 2 white managers. Make that make sense to me, sir. JD's was the one that was in the locker room. If Tyson Fury cheated and put egg weights in his glove, surely JD's could have saw that. Cut it out. Like, really, though. But you keep JD's and get rid of Mark Breland. Shout out to Mark Breland, man. Salute to Mark Breland. I'm going to try to get Mark Breland on this show. He don't like doing interviews. I'm going to try to get him on this show. Salute to Mark Breland. Shout out to Mark Breland. So you get rid of the black man and keep the white man. JD's didn't say anything about egg weights. Shelly Bullwinkle didn't say anything about egg weights. As a matter of fact, Shelly Bullwinkle said that Mark Breland, Deontay Wilder shouldn't have said nothing about that. I'm not even acknowledging the trolls. Y'all gets no feedback today, not the trolls. I'm gonna address everybody in the chat. We're gonna talk about one more thing. I'm here to support my brother, Jermell Charlo. Why am I supporting Jermell Charlo? Jermell Charlo is getting attacked by the twerkinator community. Jermell Charlo is being called Coon, Uncle Tom, sellouts, Sambo, because he doesn't buy into the nonsense of the race hustling that Deontay Wilder's doing. Let me just read a quote from Jermell Charlo. I am going to shoot a whole video talking about my brother Jermell Charlo as well. I'm going to do a 3-part series on this. I'm here to destroy any Alphabet Boy community narrative, particularly Blue Blood Sports TV. I like Blue, but Blue, you full of it. You full of it, bro. You full of it. You really are. You really are. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you're not. But that's okay. But anyways, Jermell Charlo said that I got this written down. Jermell Charlo said that Wilder has no skills, and that he blames race for losing when he fought Tyson Fury. This is true. Jermell Charlo has said what I've been saying on this channel the whole time. And if you've been on my channel and you've been rocking with me from the beginning, I have been consistent at saying this. You fought the better man that night, sir, Deontay Wilder, aka the twerkinator, aka I want to have babies from my baby mama. I will want to experience what it's like to get pregnant from my baby mama. This is to you, sir, and this is to Malik Scott, and this is to all of the Wilder supporters out there. You guys are full of horse manure, for a lack of a better term, just in case we got kids watching this here. Blue, sir, let me explain something to you, sir. I got you. I'm going to tell you why I got you at. you're trying to say that Jermell Charlo is coming from a place of hurt based on what Tyson Fury, based on what Deontay Wilder said about what my brother named from Detroit, Michigan, Tony Harris. Tony Harris, as you guys know, he beat and defeated Jermell Charlo, gave him his first loss. The Twerkinator said that, you know, Tony Harris is his brother. He spoke very good of Tony Harris. So Jermell Charlo don't like Tony Harris. So Blue's narrative is that because Jermell Charlo don't like Tony Harris, and he doesn't like what the praise that Deontay Wilder gave Tony Harris. This is the place from which he said this about Deontay Wilder, and saying that Deontay Wilder doesn't have any skills, and that he's blaming race for the reason why he lost. This is Blue Blood Sports TV's. This is him saying this, that this is the motive for why Jermell Charlo said that. Guess what, sir? I got you. So let's find out, because that's not true why Jermell Charlo said it. I don't believe so anyways. But let's find out what was the motive in behind why Blue dropped the video saying that Jermell Charlo made truthful remarks. Then there wasn't even disparaging remarks. He told the truth, saying truthful remarks about Beyonce Wilder. A few years back, Jermell Charlo, I got the video. A few years back, Jermell Charlo was doing a Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and he brought up Blue Blood Sports TV. And Jermell Charlo said that Blue Blood Sports TV is a clown, and he uses clickbait titles in order to get views, and he's a liar. And he said when he see Blue Blood, he gonna slap him. So Blue, that was your motive for dropping that video about Jermell Charlo. That was your motive. So since you want to talk about what was Jermell Charlo's motive for speaking the truth on Deontay Wilder, aka the Twerkinator, we're gonna flip it on you and say, what was your motive for trying to address Jermell Charlo? Jermell Charlo don't like you, sir. And I'm pretty sure you don't like Jermell Charlo because he don't like you. So you felt like you needed to come to a defense of Beyonce Wilder, who's probably twerking in Alabama some damn well, getting ready for a fight with Tyson Fury. You feel like you need to come to Deontay Wilder's defense and try to throw Jermell Charlo under the bus. When all the while talking about that was his motive, but your motive all along, you don't even like Jermell Charlo because he said when he see you, he gonna pull up on you and slap the taste out of your mouth. Just like how Kenny Porter slapped Fred Barbershop. And I ain't got no problem with Fred. Shout out to Fred. I ain't got no problem with him at all myself. But I got to call it like it is. That was your motive. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to take up for Jermell Charlo. I'm going to take up for Jermell Charlo. Not saying that Jermell Charlo needs it. I love Jermell Charlo because he's one of my favorite fighters. As you guys know, currently today, I talk about Terrence Crawford being my favorite fighter. I say Jermell Charlo is the real lion in the family. I love Jermell Charlo. That dude can fight. He fights with heart and passion. And he reminds me of me when I was younger. I was very angry, very, I'm not saying Jermell Charlo is militant, but I was very militant, very angry, very hostile. Jermell Charlo reminds me of a lot like me when I was younger. This is why I love Jermell Charlo. So Jermell was getting that Blue a few years back, or a year or so back. Now Blue found the opportunity, oh yeah, I want to talk about Jermell Charlo, but make it seem like he got good intentions. Remember, the road to hell is always paved with good intentions. So he wants to make it seem like he got good intentions. Blue, you think you're slick, sir. But let me tell you something. You don't have the brightest IQ in the world. I know you're from New York, but you don't have the brightest IQ in the world. Work on your articulation, sir. Stop saying all the time you do interviews. That's my criticism to you. And for all of you Alphabet Boy supporters who say, well, why are you talking about them? Why are you talking about them? Because I want to. I talk about the Alphabet Boys because I want to, because I can. And I'm going to keep talking about them and keep talking about them and keep talking about them. Period. Because I don't like the race hustling. I don't like the race hustling narrative. I can't stand it because I was involved in it. I know how it can consume you and eat you up like a cancer. Now, I ain't knocking a hustle. You have a low IQ fan base. If you are a supporter or a follower of the Alphabet Boy community, you know, you guys have low IQs. And if I offend you, I do not apologize. I do not apologize. I don't. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. I just dropped the link in the description. Anybody want to come on, come on. But shout out to Jermell Charlo, man. Jermell Charlo, they calling you coon and sell out and Uncle Tom. Don't worry about what they talking about, baby boy. You see what I'm saying? Coach Malachi down here in Miami, I got you. I'm going to ride for Jermell Charlo. I'm going to take all the heat. I'm going to ride for Jermell Charlo. Anything that the Alphabet Boy community and their supporters don't like, I like. Whatever narrative they pushing, I am the opposite of that narrative. My channel is built on being the opposite of a race hustler narrative. I am the anti-Alphabet Boy community channel. You won't get that here. Not on this channel. If you want race hustling, go to any one of the Alphabet Boy channels, you can get that. And they don't even know how to race hustle that good, to be honest with you. They low IQ, they damn self. They low IQ, they damn self. So I'm going to ride for my brother Jermell Charlo right now. The real line. I'm going to ride for Jermell Charlo. I'm going to take all the shots. I'm going to take all the arrows. I'm riding for Jermell Charlo. You can call me a coon, call me a sellout. I don't care. That's all y'all reduced to, name calling. That's it. You're just going to call me some names. That's all you're going to do. Call me some names, man. That's it, man. Shout out to my brother Shelton Moore, man. Let's add more. And I ain't got my selling face, man, so forgive me. We got the man Shelton Moore in the building. Shelton, go ahead and talk to me, brother. Chop it up.
Hey, brother, how you doing today, man? This fine day.
Yes, sir. Doing good, brother.
Yeah, I just hate the fact that it's come to the point where we gotta reduce. You know, the fighters are reducing themselves to name calling and race baiting and not acknowledging the fact that I just got beat that night and I need to work on my skill set. You know, we've talked before, Coach, and the bottom line is we both come to the consensus that if you truly believe that the only reason you lost this fight was because you was cheated, then that tells me right there that you don't think you did anything wrong and you have no need to improve.
Exactly.
Like you said, I don't care nothing about these little snippets of video that have been edited to show him throwing some punches and some combinations. You know, what did Bruce Lee say? What was his famous quote? Boards don't hit back.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can look good against Malik Scott. How you gonna look against a dude that can actually box and is coming to tear your head off? How you gonna look then?
Let's address it.
So let's get this straight though, people. I am not a Wilder hater. I think Deontay Wilder is good for the sport of boxing.
Yep.
What he has done in 13 years only of boxing to get to the heights he reached will probably never be accomplished again. That was incredible. A guy with limited skill becomes the heavyweight champion of the world, defends it 10 times, no matter who he fought, because those are the guys who was out there. So he fought those guys. He beat those guys. But when it came to making excuses, that's where he lost me. Because if you want to consider yourself in the upper echelons in the history of the heavyweight division, comparing yourself to the likes of a Frazier and a Foreman and an Ali and a Norton and all these guys, none of those guys ever made excuses, bro. That's the problem we have with you. None of those guys made excuses. They took their losses, came back, got better, and fought again. You made a bunch of excuses, and you still making excuses. Now that you ran out of physical excuses, you're trying to use the racial climate in the country and try to make this like it's 1969. You have not gone through half the stuff that Muhammad Ali went through. Not even a quarter. So just cut the bullshit, man. Get to fighting. See if you can beat this guy, because I really can't wait for the fight, because, man, I want you to win. You, my people, I want you to succeed. But, man, if you lose, oh, my God, I can't wait to hear what you're going to have to say then. Because the excuses have run out, brother. There are no more excuses. You've used every one you can use. If you lose this time, now what?
Exactly. Now what? And hold on. To Carlos Gonzalez. He said Jermell is even married to my Mexican sister. He don't want his own black sister. Self-hate. Carlos Gonzalez, you are a fool, sir. What the hell?
What does that have to do with anything? Time him out.
What? Yeah. Matter of fact, hey man, moderators, y'all get this dude out of here, man. Get Carlos out of here. Bye, Felicia. You gone. We ain't with all that over here. Karma said, what's good? Shout out to my sister Karma Serene, man. Karma, what's good, sis? What's going on?
Karma, what's up, girl? I haven't seen you for a minute. What's happening?
Hey, Karma, you got a whole lot of dudes want to holler at you.
They like you, Karma. They like you.
Hey, Carla. Hey, Carla. So this what we, this what we say, we want to holler at you, man. Let me holler at you. Hey, Karma. Shout out to my sister Karma Serene, though. Anyways, let's see. Halim, what you say, brother? Retro, he said he's not into race hustling. No, we're not into that. We're not race hustlers over here, man. We don't do that over here. I did that for 24 and a half years. I'm a vet at that. Let's hope Wilder brings his A game in the trilogy. Man, you know what, man? Listen, bro, I'm listen. If I was Wilder, I would be worried that Tyson Fury is quiet right now. Tyson Fury did a whole lot of talking. Now he ain't saying that no more. Wilder was quiet as the church mouse. Now he doing all the talking. The roles have switched. You know what I mean? Jake Bird said, I saw just because he's not politically correct like these big stations, and he is level-headed and smart enough to see through the smoke and mirrors. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I come from the smoke and mirrors, so I know. Tell them what you say, fam. Tell them, say, look at brainwashed low IQ people. Yeah, absolutely, man. People who have low IQs are very easy to manipulate. I know, because I used to have, I was very easy to manipulate, so I know. I was very easy to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking well, Shelton.
Man. Yeah, we doing good, brother. We doing good over here. Hey, man, Tune. Yes, that's what she really looks like, Tune. That's what she looks like.
So here, this is what this dude say. So going into another man's interview, getting it started, isn't no weird ball. Okay, wow. I don't know what you mean by that, brother, but I don't know what you mean by that.
He was voicing his opinion. Who was that guy? Whatever his name is. I'm sorry, I missed your name, brother. But he was voicing his opinion as a fan of boxing. Yeah. It's an open chat. Anybody can say what they want to say.
It's a public platform. Just like you give your opinion, anybody else
can give his. Now, if Wilder didn't agree with it, but that's no reason to start calling a man a coon or a sellout or he married to a Mexican. What does that have to do with anything? That has nothing to do with it.
No, ain't got nothing to do with it. Y'all getting personal now. You getting personal with people who you don't even know personally. You know what I mean? You get personal with people you don't even know personally. So it's crazy. So if you could say something on a public platform and express your opinion, YouTube is the public platform. I'm gonna express my opinion. If you don't like it, you ain't got to watch it. Listen, this is like this. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. If you don't like the content, and when you're at home and you're watching TV, when you don't like the program that you're watching, what you do? You change the channel.
Facts.
You change the channel. It's simple. You see what I'm saying? It's simple. That's all it is. You know, this ain't no dictatorship. You know what I mean? This ain't no dictatorship. I'm not twisting your arm. You can easily just go to a different channel that agree with what you want to believe in. It's simple. That's all. That's all. Daniel, what you going on for? What you say, fam? I really appreciate you not being biased. No, man, I'm very objective. I don't have a dog in the fight, whether it's Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. I don't have a dog in the fight. You see what I'm saying? I'm not really a fan of neither guy. So I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just going to attack the narrative, though. You see what I'm saying? You want to make it racial. Dog, listen, check this out. We ain't heard nothing about nothing racial coming out of Deontay Wilder's mouth as long as he was knocking out Spilkers and Ortizes and Bermains to Burns and all of that stuff there. If you really felt that way about the sport of boxing and that the powers that be is trying to hold you back, how in the hell was you able to become the WBC heavyweight champion of the world? How was you able to have a net worth of $30 million? Explain that to me. Did you notice how Wilder stuttered when asked about fighting AJ? Should he beat Fury? Yeah, he stuttered a lot. I noticed that. He said the same BS excuses to avoid AJ. Yeah, exactly. Ronald Finkler, wow, dude, people have a right to speak. See, this is hey, Ronald Finkler, let me explain something to you, brother. What it is this. They don't mind you speaking as long as you speak what they want you to say. Well, you're not, see, this is the cancel culture that we're living in too. See, the cancel culture is set up like this. This is a lot of different dynamics going on with these channels. You know, they're practicing, they got the cancel culture thing going on. They're using race hustling going on. They're using Marxist talking points going on. They're using different talking points. They don't have any knowledge where it's coming from. Me, I do, because I'm a student of it. I have Karl Marx's book, you know what I mean? The guy where Marxism came from. You know what I mean? And how he infiltrated the black struggle in America, and how the critical race theory and stuff is tied in to a lot of the stuff that's going on in the educational system today. And that's what's going on in the sport of boxing. And this is why you have the politics that's going on, and it has infiltrated every aspect of our lives, even to the point to where you can't even have a conversation with a family member without getting an argument if you don't agree with their narrative. So this is how steep it's gotten in America. I see it because I lived it. I lived it for years. This is nothing new. This has been around for a long time. But now it's just that now I'm on the outside looking in. I see it for what it is. That's all it is, though, baby boy.
Hey, Ronald, this is what we saying, brother. People do have the right to speak. You are absolutely correct. They have the right to speak.
No, he's saying we have a right to speak, I think. He's saying that.
Yeah. People have a right to speak. But the problem we have with the other people is if you voice an opinion that's contrary to the narrative that they pushing out, they want to call you names, get real disrespectful, and time you out. And that's not cool. Boxing talk is about having good perspective on one fighter and liking one fighter and not liking the other fighter and having a disagreement, but it doesn't have to devolve into you a bitch, you a sellout, you a coon, you don't love your people, what the fuck is wrong with you, and all that kind of weirdo stuff. That's weirdo stuff. If you ever been to a barbershop and talk boxing, it's going to be 27 different opinions in there.
27
But we can all agree to disagree. That's all we saying.
Shout out to my brother Kofi, man, for the super chat, man, the $9.99 super chat. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much, brother, for the support. I really appreciate that. Bruce Dog, what's going on? Bruce Dog. I'm here to support. Thankful for you to taking the time out of your day to speak facts and offset the Alphabet Boys BS. I have to, because there's only a couple of channels that's addressing them head on. There's only like maybe 2 or 3 channels on YouTube that's addressing them head on. I think that out of all of the ones who are addressing them head on, I would like to think that I am the one that comes at them the hardest. And I'm really going light on them today. I'm not yelling, I'm not doing any of that, but I have to address the foolishness. I can't go for that, like Hall and Oates. I can't go for that. Just because I don't agree with your narrative, a narrative doesn't mean that I'm a coon or a sellout or Uncle Tom or whatever the case may be. And stop making it seem like that Black Americans are one monolithic group of people. We are not a monolith. We all do not think alike. We all do not think as a group the same way. We have differences of opinion. And if I disagree with your opinion, does not mean that I'm a coon or a sellout or whatever the case may be. Whatever name you want to give me or give Jermell Charlo, we don't care. You want to know why we don't care? Because your words don't mean nothing. You listen, the only power you trolls have is the power to give insults. You don't even have the power to change your own life. You just give insults, that's all you got. You see what I'm saying? So Kenton says that, why you never talk about Fury running away from Wilder for the last year? Mr. I'm unbiased. Fool, I don't know how long you've been on my channel, but you need to look at my other videos. Mr. Unbiased. Again, Kenton, if you don't like the content, you can take your ass somewhere else. We don't need you. Remember
Brantley Nagano. See, that's what we're talking about, Brantley. So now, since you don't agree with what I'm saying, I'm stupid. But that's okay. I don't really mind you saying that. I don't really care about what you say because you sit in your mama's basement behind a keyboard, and if you was in my face, you wouldn't dare talk to me like that. So that's cool. I can be stupid. I'll be that.
Shout out to my brother Jerome Thompson, man. Shout out to my brother Jerome Thompson. If you ever come to the state of Florida and you need a realtor, this is the guy you need to go to. This guy on this chat. This is my best friend. Me and this guy been friends since 1987. We've been friends since 1987. This guy right here on the screen right now. You know what I mean? This is my guy. We was both in the Nation of Islam together. So he can bear witness to me of what I'm talking about with the race hustling. We learned from the best. Me and this guy right here. You see what I'm saying? That's another story. Went to real estate school together and everything. Listen.
Salute, brother. Salute to you, Jerome. Salute to you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sean.
No,
I was just saying salute, brother. Salute to Jerome, man. That's good. That's good, man. That you actually have a friend, because friends are hard to come by in this world, brother.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's a true soldier right there, man. I mean, we sold newspapers together and everything. Next to this time, you got to sell newspaper and bean pies and send the money to Farrakhan. So, anyways, AD said, "Big up, coach." And Ronald Finkley, I'm finding the real boxing fan here, real boxing fan there. I know he used to ride with Wilder, but is man enough to say how it is. Yeah, absolutely, man. We have to, man. We got to call it like it is, man. We got to call it like it is, man. We're not here to push no narrative. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Jermell Charlo again. Shout out to Jermell Charlo, brother. I know that you, I understand your pain. You have a lot of anger and rage in your heart. I was the same way, brother. You're gonna make mistakes in life. Don't worry about it. But when they go to attacking you, calling you coon and stuff, I'm here with you. If you got a whole bomb squad nation and the alphabet boy nation who gonna ride against you, guess what? I'm right here gonna ride with you. I'm gonna ride with you.
And here's a cold thing, fellas. Believe it or not, I'm still riding with Wilder in this third fight. I want him to win. But that don't mean I'm not gonna call him out on his bullshit. That don't mean I'm not gonna call him out on his bullshit.
Sean Gibson say, would y'all have any content if you didn't keep the LDBC name out of your mouth? Yes. And guess what? I'm gonna continue to keep their name out in my mouth as long as the alphabet. I don't even call them the LDBC. I call them the alphabet boys. So as long as the alphabet boys keep pushing that narrative, I'm gonna continue to debunk the narrative. Sean, if you don't like it, you can leave. Bye, Felicia. You see what I'm saying? And let us get to this dude. But he disrespected Wilder by claiming that he has no skills. Come on, bro. Okay, that's your opinion. I say Wilder don't have boxing skills. He don't. Wilder can fight, but he doesn't have boxing skills. Wilder has said all kind of disrespectful stuff to other fighters. So anytime somebody say something that hurts Wilder's feelings or hurts your feelings if you are a Wilder supporter, now we got to get up in arms about this? No, I totally disagree with that, brother. Totally disagree with that. You see what I'm saying? I really do. I totally disagree with that. Wholeheartedly. Wait a minute, I'm missing a super chat. Shout out to my brother Toon, man. Toon, what's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Toon for the super chat, $9.99 super chat. It's crazy blue. Isn't that bad? But all of them have their clear bias right now. It's for Haney and Wilder. Charlo is no more. What you say? Charlo is no more, I guess. But Canelo hate will continue. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. This is what these dudes do. It's like, man, if you're not a part of the PBC, or if you are a part of the PBC, but if you're not pushing the narrative that they want you to push, they're gonna come against you. But listen, those guys have no power. Their fan base have no power. The fanboys have no power. They're just gonna talk trash, get mad, get online. Oh, hold on, man. Wait a minute, Bo. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, bro. I mean, my main man, blood, bro. I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't.
Man, you done had me here all day, man. You done had me
blood boxing, my man.
Hey, blood. I'm sorry, man. Bro, I'm so busy running my damn mouth, looking at the text. I didn't even see you come in. Let me be quiet and let you talk, bro. Go ahead, fam.
No, man. You know what? I actually had a question for y'all, man. What happened with Charlo? I'm just hearing about what he did. Why people calling him Uncle Tom? What do you?
Well,
he said, brother blood. He said that race had nothing to do with it. Boxing skills did. You had no skills. That's why you lost. And what did he say that for?
He stated that.
So he can call him Uncle Tom for that? It had everything to do with boxing skills as to why he lost.
Right.
He lost because of boxing skills. Shit.
He lost because of the lack of boxing skills.
Yeah, exactly. The lack of. Yeah, correct me. The lack of.
You see what I'm saying?
So who the hell gonna call Charlo or Uncle Tom over that, or a sellout, or whatever it is they call him?
Bro, the whole alphabet boy community and the Wilder fanboys, they up in arms at Jermell Charlo.
He can say what the hell he wants to say. He's a too.
Hey, blood.
He can say
they did a whole 3-hour show on Fred's Barbershop about it last night. How big a cool Jermell is.
See, that's why I can't listen to them people who call in. I don't have nothing against Fred, but them people who call in this show, I can't listen to them guys, man. All that kind of stuff. What? Because he got an opinion on man, this shit crazy, bro. This shit crazy right now. I'm gonna say to Jermell Charlo, we got your back, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got your back. Down here in Florida, for sure, we got your back. We got your back down here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing and keep giving us your opinion because we want to hear it. Because you actually a real fighter that's almost undisputed too.
Right, he's a real fighter, and he's trying to become undisputed in the division.
Exactly.
So he ain't just talking. Jermell Charlo is about that action. He's trying to become undisputed in the division. Period.
That's right, but he don't get no credit for that though, because nobody's giving anyone no credit for undisputed. But you know what? His time will come, and I hope he continues to do what he does. See, he's a bit of an outcast, Jermell Charlo. There's several reasons why people will rebel against Jermell Charlo, and it don't have to do nothing with the PBC. It has to do with other stuff. Like these guys are very independent. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean, if you dig what I mean. They're very independent. They like to get on their own social media and stuff like that. Lions only and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, Jermell, keep doing your thing. Them guys don't have no say in calling. They don't have the right to call them one Uncle Tom anyway, or sell out or nothing like that. These little youngsters born in the 1980s and 90s want to come in here and start talking a whole bunch of junk. Don't know nothing what they talking about.
They don't even know what Uncle Tom is or sellout or a coon is. They're just regurgitating talking points they heard from their surrogate daddies from the alphabet boy community. That's it. That's all that's going on. And I get a lot of flack. I get a lot of flack from them. We got some of the trolls in the chat right now. There's one dude, he's a troll. He doesn't like me, doesn't like the channel. And he says that he watches my videos every day and I never criticize Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? But he's a supporter of the other side. And I'm like, see, they come over here and watch my channel, report back to Jabba the Hutt and Blue and all them other guys. And they say what they say. I ain't got no problem with it, man. You guys can't even, you trolls are lightweight to me. You don't even have a tenth of knowledge in what I know. You just don't, because you ain't experienced nothing in life. You haven't experienced anything. A lot of you guys are probably in your 20s, these trolls. You have daddy issues. Your daddy wasn't in your life. And the alphabet boy channels, they are your surrogate fathers on the internet. And they stroke your egos emotionally to make you feel good about the failures that you have had in your life so far. And so this is what you do. This is not a feel-good platform. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to tell you my perspective on how I feel, whether you agree with it or not. I'm riding for Jermell Charlo on this one. If you got all the alphabet boy channels calling him a coon and attacking Jermell Charlo, Coach Malik Williams, New Media Today, USA Boxing, we riding for you, period. I don't even care if you make a video about me and say something disparaging about me. It doesn't matter. As it relates to this particular topic and subject matter, Jermell Charlo, we riding with you on this, period. I don't care. You the real lion, we riding with you. And anything the alphabet boy channels stand for, you see what I'm saying? I'm always going to be on the opposite side of the fence, unless they are in the right. If they are in the right, I will admit when they're in the right. But 100 times out of 100 times out of 101 times, they narrative based, race hustling and pushing. So this is what it is.
Broad money.
Go ahead.
Broad money. Okay, since we just talking with no logic, give us something logical to talk about, brother.
Who you talking about? Let me see. The alphabet boys. who I'm trying to find who it is.
It's broad money. Broad money. Say you just talking with no logic.
Broad money. Oh yeah. All right, well, broad money. Guess what? Go to a channel that talk with logic. Then why are you here, sir? I mean, listen. It's simple. When you at home, and when you at home and you watching television, if it's something that you don't like, turn the channel. It's simple. If you don't like it, bro, logic. Bye, Felicia. Seriously, bye, Felicia. Be honest with you.
What does he don't like? What he wants us to agree with him that Jermell Charlo is a sellout? Is that what it is? I mean, because what is it that he's got a problem with? We're not going to agree with that. We don't know him. Right. I don't know the guy who's accusing him of it. Whoever it is accusing of him, I don't know what he does every day. He might be skinning and grinning every day. I don't know. I don't know who these guys are. I don't have no problem with what he said. Shit crazy, bro.
No, this is the thing. Then one guy come over here talking about Jermell Charlo was married to a Mexican female and he ain't married no black woman. And bro, like, what the hell I got to do with boxing? Who the man married to? I don't care nothing about who the man married to. If that's his wife and that's who he loved, why are you worried about who he married to?
Maya Angelou sound a little fruity to me. It sound like, I don't know, that sound kind of suspect.
Maya Angelou was married to a white man, and everybody knows she was pro-black. Whoopi Goldberg was married to a white man.
That dude, that Blood, I'm with you, man. You worried about who a man sleeping with? I gotta kind of question you a little bit.
Yeah, man. Oh, I see, bro money now. Yeah, I ain't even addressing these fools. I ain't even addressing these fools here. Listen, man. Listen, you trolls that come from the Alphabet Boy channels, you wasting your time. I promise you, I will not address you. I will not address you again. You won't get no airtime no more. Just sit here and watch. And just sit here and watch the show. Since you love coming over here, just sit here and watch the show. All you pro Alphabet Boy channel supporters and Deontay Wilder supporters, just sit here and watch the show. Just sit here and watch the show. I will not address you. Don't need your sub either. We don't need your sub over here. And do me a favor, block yourself. You can block yourself if you want to. How you do that? Just don't come to the channel no more. You know what I mean, Coach? You are the only person I know who criticizes Fury more than me. And I'm from the UK. Listen, exactly. But these fools is mad. Tune say, Come on, coach, take it easy. You killing me. 90s baby here, big dog. No, I'm not talking about you, Tune. I'm just saying this is not everybody who was born in the 90s. This is for people who if the shoe fit, wear it. The shoe don't fit you, brother. So I'm not talking about you, Tune. You my guy. You know that. You know that. You know what I mean? Let's see who else. I gotta address my sister, Karma Serene. Karma Serene said, why they getting on Charlo for having a Mexican wife when Wilder wife isn't black? Listen, Karma Serene, make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me, Karma Serene. You see what I'm saying? These guys, listen, this is what I tell you guys who are not from America. Don't get caught up in the black American politics when it comes to race. It'll just confuse you. It's so many oxymorons. You know what I mean? If you're a black man and you marry a white woman, it's cool as long as you are spitting the pro-black Marxist narrative, you're good. But as soon as you don't toe that line with the message, they're gonna call you a coon or sellout, you're a self-hater. Maya Angelou was married to a white man. Angela Davis married to a white man, and she was a Black Panther. Bet y'all didn't know that. Some of your favorite pro-black teachers out there were married to different races.
Hey, coach, here's this one. Half of them don't even know who Angela Davis is.
They don't. And it's so this is what I'm saying. They listen, they have low IQs, man. You know what I mean? They have low IQs. Adrian said, I don't agree with coach on everything. If I was an LDBC, I would have blocked them. They super soft. How dare you agree with every single they want? Yeah, I don't even go on their channels. I get sent videos. That people send me on Instagram. If you have ever sent me a video on Instagram, you know I'm telling the truth. I get sent videos on Instagram. Dudes say, hey man, coach, did you see this? Did you see that? Man, go ahead and cover this. Go ahead and cover that. And I'll look at it. And if I think it's interesting, I'll shoot a video on it. Like I'm covering this topic because this was the topic that was sent to me this morning. 8 o'clock this morning, Eastern Standard Time, via Instagram from somebody. Because I don't subscribe to those dudes' channels. I don't support them. You see what I'm saying? I look at the content because I am a content creator on YouTube. And last time I checked, YouTube is a platform that's owned by whites.
Salt boxing. You're right. Bomb squad every day, all day. That's your opinion, brother. And I'm telling you, I hope the brother pulls it off. I want him to win. I'm a supporter of the brother. I just can't support him in this bullshit. I'm not gonna support no man when they spitting bullshit and lies. I can't support that. But I support him as a fighter. I hope he wins. Woo, but if he don't, oh my God, what y'all gonna say then?
Salt Gang Boxing, Bomb Squad to this day, every day.
Hey, am I getting any feedback, or can you hear me okay now?
Hey, Sly, go ahead and talk.
You good, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to tell you that this was General Hotep Kundalini, and I was standing on the corner kicking knowledge to my youngsters because they permeating the melanin, brother. No, we got the Israelites over by my college that I went to. They're out front kicking knowledge, so-called knowledge. Ain't got shit, ain't built shit. If they drop dead right now, their families and their kids wouldn't have nothing. So I just wanted to say shout out to you, Coach. And I like this version of you. I kind of like the calmer version too, but I like this version a lot too, Coach.
Hey, so this dude Hector said, Coach, would you start twerking inside the ring with Fury on the third fight? I haven't seen Fury do any twerking, but if he starts twerking, I have to make a video about that. But I tell you what, now if you say it this is a better question, Hector. Will Wilder, the twerkinator, start twerking? If he wins.
I think that's what he said, Coach. I think that's what he said.
Oh, he said, oh, Coach, Will Wilder. Oh, I thought he said Will me. Will Wilder start twerking inside of the ring with the Fury? Yeah, I misread it, brother Hector. I'm pretty sure he will. Calm and serene. Don't even sweat it about the wife thing. They're just straight up clowns. Yeah, absolutely. They clowns. Now they're talking about a person's wife. We ain't bringing nobody's wives into this. The wives don't have anything to do with it. You
can't help who you fall in love with, man. People that go after that kind of stuff, it's just silly. And all these dudes getting in their feelings in the chat about, oh, you're talking about Wilder twerking and stuff. He was twerking. if we had a video of Tyson Fury in the ring twerking, or talking about how he wanted to get pregnant and experience childbirth, that would be the only thing I would be talking about.
Adrian hit the nail right on the head. Hey, check this out. Adrian said this here: go on any LDBC live stream and say, I think Crawford beat Spence. He's better all around in general. Instant block. Yeah, absolutely. See, listen, the pro-black narrative will just confuse you here in America. Last time I saw it, Terrence Crawford was black. He was black. But they rolled on him.
No, he's not black, coach. He's not black. He thinks for himself. So he's a double agent.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is the narrative. We are not a monolithic group of people. We don't think the same. You see what I'm saying? We are not a monolith. We have never been a monolith. I don't think no one on the planet is a monolith. You see what I'm saying? So cut it out. Well, you got to think the way we think, or if not, we're gonna call you names. But that's all y'all gonna do: call the person name and send them threats on the internet. That's all you're gonna do. Blood.
Hey, can I ask Blood Boxing a question?
Go ahead.
Hey, Blood, you've been on this YouTube thing for a while, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been afraid of a dude sitting in his mama's basement behind a keyboard?
No, I ain't afraid of nobody over the internet or even across the street or even 2 streets over. So it doesn't matter. They just send out.
I'll tell you, I've been threatened 1,000 times online. You might as well send a bouquet of flowers and balloons with it, because that's how intimidated people get when you threaten them online.
I don't need nobody to know how tough I am either. I just say it like this: if y'all think y'all got something for me now, I'll be waiting for you, and we'll just see how well you do. That's all.
Yeah, man. Hey, Blood.
Yes, sir.
Blood, I don't know if you know this. I had a YouTuber, a content creator on boxing. Brother told me, gave me his address, told me to come to his house in Memphis. He said he got shooters. He said when he see me, he gonna beat my ass. And it just got crazy.
And you're supposed to go over to his house in Memphis to face some shooters and all kind of stuff. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, why do people need to always talk about what they got online anyway? If you a man who stand on your own, you a man who stand on your own. Nobody need to hear all that crap.
Oh man, bro, this is so funny to me. Like I used to listen. This is. I'm glad, Blood, you educated me on a lot of stuff as it relates to this online stuff. Now I see. Now I see what it is. Now I see what it is.
Oh yeah.
Now I see what it is. You see what I'm saying? It's funny. It's real funny.
This is no shot.
They've been telling me that for 14 years that I'm gonna die and they're gonna kill me and all kind of stuff. And I'm still here 14 years later. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing, man. Just a bunch of talk. That's all it is.
What man to no white man? You are a liar. No, sir. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You really don't. But anyways, don't worry about it, brother. We holler at you. We holler. Create your another account.
This is no shot at Ali. But when Ali finally got his fight with Sonny Liston, he was talking all kinds of stuff. I don't know if y'all saw the documentary about the first fight they had, but he was talking all kinds of stuff. He says he's gonna knock him out and all this stuff. And Sonny Liston ran into him in a casino and walked right up and slapped him in the mouth. And he said, "You're too fresh," to Ali. He didn't realize Ali was just promoting the fight, but a real man ain't gonna talk about what he's gonna do. He's just gonna do it.
When was this, brother? That's my first time ever hearing that.
That did happen. Right about
that did happen, Coach. He slapped the shit out of Ali. He did.
Yeah, he slapped him. Ali wasn't. I mean, I think Ali was intimidated.
Well, he was Cassius Clay then, right?
It was on HBO Sports. There was a documentary about it, and it was about how they thought the second fight was fixed and stuff, and they were talking about the first fight and one of the original.
He was Muhammad Ali then in the second fight.
You know that. I can't remember the dude's name, but he's like one of the most famous boxing writers. He's the one that always wore the hat.
Yeah, George. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He was talking about it. He said that Sonny pointed at him after he slapped him, and he said, "You're too fresh." And he said Ali walked off, and Sonny looked at his coach and said, "I just took the boy's heart."
Yeah.
But here's the question, Sly. Here's the question, rebuttal question to that. What happened to Sonny?
Exactly. No. I like I said, it's no shot at Ali. I love Ali. That made me. And you're right, Coach. It's not that, and Shelton. It's not that people don't hate Wilder. It's the excuses, man.
It's the
Everybody
same-
likes to see a knockout.
Listen,
Nobody wants
you
to
know
hear
what?
some dude making 100 excuses. That's some woman stuff, man.
I wouldn't even put that on a woman. It ain't even that.
That's true.
It's the racial stuff. It's the racial element that I have the issue with. Because remember, I come from that background. So my channel is the anti-narrative to that. I come from that background. Trust me, I understand. I was taught well by my mother. My mother hated white people.
You know what, Coach? What I don't like is the attack of black folks and other black folk,
Yeah.
right? Just because you have an opinion, that doesn't equate to being an Uncle Tom. You know, to be called that, I've never been called that to my face, and I never was called that until I came on the YouTube because I didn't agree that Floyd Mayweather was TBE or that Wilder didn't get drugged or something like that. You know, that equates to being an Uncle Tom now. And you bringing down another black man too. A lot of these guys who always claim that they love black people, they love to bring down other black people. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? In my YouTube span, I brought down a few people, but I've never had an agenda. I've just said a few things here and there, mostly about Floyd Mayweather. But for the most part, man, I try not to attack other black people. And these same people who claim they have all this brotherly love, just like what they did to Mark Breland. You know what I'm saying? That could never be explained, the whole JD's thing and the Mark Breland thing. And you can't come to me and start telling me something about black love and all that stuff when you participated in the downing of Mark Breland and Sugar Hill.
Yeah, listen, them dudes received death threats. Listen, that's what ticked me off. That's what made me start my channel. Listen, when I saw, let me do this. Put Shelton on mute. When I saw that Sugar Hill was getting threatened, saying that I wish that you got burnt up in the car fire. When he told Sugar Hill that on Fred Barbershop Talk, that was when I decided to start my channel.
That was disgusting.
I say, bro, are you serious? You wish another black man, you supposed to be pro-black, right?
Yeah.
But you wish another, bro, that's why I tell people, I say, bro, it'll just confuse you. I used to be just like them though. Blood, I was just like them. So anyway, so this one brother asked me, Tommy Hill say, he say, Coach, you're an older brother to me as far as the sport of boxing. Don't let the LGBT fanboys get to you, bro. No, they don't get to me. They don't get to me at all. Matter of fact, they fun. They funny to me. They don't get to me at all. I ain't gonna never let nobody rent space in my head to that degree. You know.
Here's my question, panel. Here's my question, and this is the one that confuses me to this day. If the whole the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the WBC, his own corner, and all these people were against him, right? Why weren't they against him after the draw in the first fight? Why did they all of a sudden decide at the second fight, well, you know what? We tired of Wilder. We're going to do everything in our power to cheat him out of his title. Why was that?
And this is the thing. This is the thing, though, as it relates to that. And hold on, Daniel, I'm gonna address you in a minute. This is the thing as it relates to that. You had a good relationship going on with all of these people in boxing, all of these powers that be. You defended your title for 5 years. You became a millionaire, multi-millionaire, working with JD's, working with Shelly Finkel, and working with Mark Breland, right? You became a multi-millionaire. You did good with the limited skills that you had. You have a true success story. So instead of focusing on your success story, you are tarnishing your image, in my opinion, with all of this race hustling stuff, with all of this race baiting. No, he's not race hustling, he's race baiting, with all this race baiting stuff. You lost the fight, and then you have a cult following. I know because I was a cult member following Louis Farrakhan in the Nation of Islam. So I know, trust me, I get it. I get it very well. You see what I mean? I would have done anything for Farrakhan. You see what I'm saying? I got brothers that's in prison right now doing life. They ain't never getting out. So I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I had that midlife Malcolm X awakening, you know? Well, I mean, he didn't leave Islam, but you know what I'm saying.
No. What Nation of Islam is not Islam. That's sure. That's not Islam. Islam is Orthodox Islam. Nation of Islam is more like black nationalism / with Islamic principles, but that's all. The Nation of Islam is just really black nationalism. That's all it is.
Well, I just meant like him leaving Elijah Muhammad and stuff, and then realizing how corrupt the NOI was, and then
yeah. But that's another story for another day.
Sorry.
But the guy said, "What made you change?" We know what made me change. Life. I lived long enough. My grandfather passed away. I saw a lot of brothers who I came up with, how they was used and abused and manipulated. How when they got locked up and did time for making sacrifices. If you're in the Nation of Islam, you know what I'm talking about. We gotta make sacrifices, brother. Sacrifices. That's cold. I ain't gonna tell you what it means, but it's cold basically for it's cold. It's a code for doing some things that's criminal. I'll just say that. I'll go as far as to say that. But anyways, and taking from your family and taking care of the guy in Chicago, you got to make sacrifices, and So and your God will protect you and bless you if you do this for the leader who living in the mansion got all the money. Then God will take care of you on the back end. But that's neither here nor there. But so I changed when I just lived long enough and I woke up and I started to see that. Everything that I was taught was a lie. Love my mother to death, but everything she taught me as it relates to race was a lie. What she believed is what she believed based on her personal experiences. I didn't experience what my mother experienced in life. So, but I took on her pain and took on what she taught me, and I had that anger and hatred in my heart for a whole race of people for no reason at all. And then that allowed me to be easily manipulated to come into the NOI, become a lieutenant out of the Mosque number 47. And do all kind of crazy stuff while I'm in it. So I know from experience. So I don't worry about the coon to sell out to Uncle Tom. I've been, I used to be. Listen, I was the alphabet boy before this YouTube stuff. I was the original alphabet boy. To be honest with you, I was them. I would have been on their side 7 years ago. Before I woke, I would have been on their side. Trust me, I would have been on their side. But today it's a new day. My eyes is open. And ever since I opened my eyes, the whole new world has opened up for me. You see what I'm saying? So I get it. It is what it is. I take all the shots, all the arrows. I can handle it, man. I got big shoulders. I can handle it.
I was gonna tell y'all too, and this is kind of for anybody with boxing. With you can use this for anything. There's an old philosopher named Francis Bacon, and he's the person who talked about confirmation bias and how. Even if you know you're wrong, even if you know, no matter what evidence you have in front of you, even if they got it on video and you're looking at the video, you'll still deny it because you want to believe something more than you want to believe reality. And that's really what I see with so much of the LDBC guys. It's like a little clique. It's a little gang. They all got to be on the same page. If one person deviates from it, you a sellout. You don't care about us. Like they'll say that stuff, and they're sitting there defending a dude that's got that lives in a mansion in one of the poorest states in the world. I'm not saying Wilder hasn't done anything for people, because that would be. I don't want to be unfair, but at the same time, you're using the excuse that poor people, broke people that can't get a job, people that have mental problems, you're using an excuse instead of just accepting. I mean, it just sucks because for years, George Foreman, he quit boxing after his last fight because he just felt that Ali fight took so much of his confidence, and he thought he got drugged and all this stuff. It took him 20 years almost to get over that. And Wilder, man, if his ego wasn't so big, if he was just around better people that wouldn't lie to him, I don't know what the heck is going on with that.
Yeah, no, for Foreman had a fight. I think he had a couple of fights after that Ali fight. Getting the blood.
Yeah, no, yeah. I meant to say, what I was saying. There was an interview where he was talking about how he thought for years and years he drank some water before the fight that was poisoned or something like that, and it ruined his confidence because he said, I just couldn't accept that I lost. He said, and then finally I moved on, and came back.
Listen, and there's a possibility his water could have been drugged. But this is the problem with that. This is the problem with that. The problem with that is this. When you say something, sir, you got to have proof to substantiate what you're saying.
Exactly.
There was a drug test administered after the fight, and there was nothing literally found in your system. So how was your water bottle drugged? Listen to the key word. My water was drugged. Spiked. Spiked means there was something illegal put in it to alter my mental state or physical state. or my state of well-being, right? So something was put in your water in order to alter you. So don't you think if when they done the drug test to see if you had anything in your system, they would have found something?
Like, of course not. Of course not. It's like, it's crazy because the same people that are holding him down and all this other stuff, the WBC gave him a draw in the first fight. I mean, they were part of that. They were just as much a part of that as. Go ahead. Sorry, Sheldon. Go ahead.
What kills me is this. Yesterday, I was listening to the interview saying when you listen to Coach, and yesterday he said, "Yeah, I understand what it was. I'm so powerful and I'm so great. They had to do something to slow me down."
Oh, jeez.
So, the point is, when you listen to the statements that he's making now, since he started speaking again, you can see that this wasn't the LDBC making this shit up. No. They was getting their talking points directly from him because they have a relationship with him.
Yeah, that's what it was. So I honestly, man, Shelton was talking about this earlier. I said, you know what, man, they was the Alphabet Boys. They was getting their information from Wilder the whole time because he's the one that's saying all of this stuff now. So basically, all of these conspiracies went against you. My thing is this here: who conspired to help you? Who conspired to help you gain a net worth of $30+ million?
Yeah.
Who conspired to help you get that mansion that you're living in Alabama? Who conspired to help you become the WBC heavyweight champion of the world for 5 years? Who conspired to help you win the bronze medal in the Olympics? So where was all these conspiracies prior to that? But as soon as you get your ass whooped, now there's some kind of conspiracy. You see what I'm saying?
You forgot, Coach. You forgot. Who conspired to set you up fighting all them goddamn bums?
Right. You see what I'm saying? You fought a lot of low-level.
That's the truth.
You fought a lot of low-level opposition in your career. The only skilled fighter that you fought for the first time in your career, you lost to him. Now, some of those other guys did pretty well against you. They was outboxing you. Luis Ortiz, he was outboxing you, but he ended up getting knocked out. But the elite level boxer, the first elite level boxer that you ran up on, you lost to him. And ever since then, all hell broke loose. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is. So this dude, Ed Cash, sir, I'm not going to feed you, brother. I'm not going to feed you. Hold on. You know what? I am going to feed you. Let's feed Ed Cash right quick. I tell you, I got to change your heart. So basically, you're saying Tyson Fury got suspended. Check this out. I have one question for you. No, I have 9 questions for you, Ed Cash. Out of all the excuses that Wilder gave, Tyson Fury had air weights in his glove. Tyson Fury took the cushion out of his glove. He took the padding out of his glove. Deontay Wilder water bottle was spiked by Mark Breland. That's 3. Deontay Wilder corner through the towel in. That's 4. The VADA Athletic Commission, Mauricio Suleiman conspired against him. That's 5. JD's was in the locker room who allowed Tyson Fury to put egg weights in his glove and take the padding out. That's 6. What else? The referee was a crab in the bucket. Referee was the reason why he lost. That's 7. The costume wore his legs out. That's 8. When he took the mask off, he was feeling kind of strange. The mask did something to him before he walked in the ring when he took the mask off his face. That's 9. What I want to ask you is this. You're talking about one thing. Wilder clearly stated there was 9 or 10 different excuses was the reason why he lost. Well, let's elaborate on the other excuses as well. Let's elaborate on that, brother.
Well, ask him this too, Coach. Ask him this too. Okay, you saying the glove was flat and he was caught cheating. Okay, let's suppose that's true. When the same thing happened to the Tijuana Tornado, Antonio Margarito,
yep,
was he not suspended for a whole year from boxing?
Yep.
He got caught.
Why wasn't Tyson Fury suspended for a whole year from boxing if there's clear evidence that he was tampering with gloves?
Wilder's brother said on Aki's channel that they got proof. They're going to go to court. They've got all the evidence. Guess what? They still haven't done anything. They're still making excuses. He said it like it's on tape. It's him going, yeah, we got all the proof, but we're not going to say anything until the court proceedings happen. This was over a year ago, and dude still ain't said nothing. And as far as look, my girlfriend, we've been together 5 years. She's a graphic designer and a photographer. I showed her and what's funny about all those, the flat glove conspiracy, I showed her some of the stuff and she goes, you know what? And she does not like boxing. She don't like boxing at all. She hates it when I watch boxing because I get loud. But she said, that looks Photoshopped to me. She said, and where did the photograph come from? I said, I don't know. I never thought about that because the photo just showed up one day. There's parts, and plus you got Ishe Smith. I can't remember what, I think it was IBO champ. He came out and explained it. Like they've got all these pros explaining it. Eddie Reynoso came out and said it would be stupid for him to put the glove. Why would he hit him? They tried to say that he hit him with his wrist. Then they changed that. They keep moving the goalpost over and over and over again. The one thing they ain't saying is he should have trained better. We got Wilder on tape saying I don't do road work. We got Wilder on tape saying in an interview in heavyweight boxing you don't need skills. This is a champion, the WBC champion, saying you don't need skills. I mean, they don't use any of the stuff that he said against him. They only believe what he accuses people of.
Yeah. So,
hey, coach, Ed Cash said he has a calculated response to your question.
Go ahead. I dropped the link in there. Come on in, Ed Cash. I would love to hear it. I'm always anxious to learn anything.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'll put it on mute. I want to hear this too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, me
go
too.
ahead.
I want to hear this one.
Oh yeah, and I forgot he had COVID as well. He had COVID. That's what
COVID.
So that's the new one. Fred, he had COVID. That's the 9th or 10th excuse, and then the 11th excuse is Tyson Fury has a complexion for protection. So now, that's the racial element. So Wilder didn't learn nothing from the second fight, in my opinion. Ed Cash is new in the building. I'm not familiar with the brother, but we're going to let him talk. Go ahead, fam. Ed Cash, are you there? Okay, going once, going twice.
Hold on, get my Wi-Fi, right? Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
My Wi-Fi, right? All right, look.
All right.
Let me represent for the 90-year-old about fighting. You feel me? That actually watch fighting and care about all martial arts. So I'm gonna preface my statement by saying I am not a favorite of Deontay Wilder. I never thought Deontay Wilder was an elite boxer, someone that looked heavyweight division and be like, all right, this is the guy that's gonna carry the torch. So initially, when I seen Tyson Fury and heard about Tyson Fury, I more gravitated towards him because he came up in Kronk Gym. He was trained by who was he trained by? He was trained by a legend. So I seen his boxing ability, and I actually bet money on Fury the first fight, right? I bet money on Fury to win because my brother, I'm from the hood, so my brother was like, "Oh, this white boy gonna get knocked out. I'll give it 6 rounds." I'm like, "Bro, have you ever asked him? Have you seen his jab? Have you watched him box?" So the fight went 12 rounds. We have our debates on who won. Fury almost got decapitated, but he outboxed him. That's a pure fact. The second fight, right? The second fight, he got walked down, which is a complete change in style. We can Austin Fury fight somebody down like that, which was actually impressive. Like he gained 25 pounds. He was 270. Came in both games to win, but he was 275. So he roughed him around, threw him around.
Yeah, man, your audio was real bad,
I've never seen nothing like that. But then I started seeing. Yeah, he got him out of there. Now let's go to the main point of, you know what I'm saying? But I was talking to people in the chat. I wasn't trying to troll nobody. I just wanted to say my piece because I like the conversation you have. Like I see a lot of these new media people and they are very biased. You are 100% correct. They act like this is some like movement to suppress the hood. Like, bro, like you got to understand how boxing politics work. You get what I'm saying? So Tyson Fury has a history. If we search Nicholas Asbury for the comeback.
Right, I get what you're saying.
The video go on YouTube and he exposed.
Right, hear me out, brother. I know
taking padded
hear me out. Hey, hear me out. I know where you're going at with this. I understand. Tyson Fury has a history of cheating. He failed drug tests, whatever the case may be. This is what I want to ask. I spoke a lot. Let me be quiet. Yeah, no. This is what I want to ask you, brother. You're talking about one thing, right? Tyson Fury cheated with gloves. Okay, let's say I run with that, just for the sake of argument. What about the spiked water? What about the disloyal trainer? What about the 40-pound costume wearing his legs out? What about the making him feel strange? What about the left bicep injury? Right? What about the egg weights in the glove when JD was right there watching?
I feel both right. I feel Deontay. This is the reason why.
Wait, hear me out. Here, let me finish. What about the padding missing out of the glove? What about the gloves in the improper position? What about the referee being biased, being the crab in the bucket? What about him now having COVID-19 before the fight, according to Fred Barbershop? What about Tyson Fury having the complexion for the protection? This is the reason why he won. So when you talk about one excuse, talk about the rest of them. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead. Address those two. Ed, are you still there? Ed, you got to come back in, bro. You got bad reception. Ed, you got to come back in, my brother. You got to come back in, man. The people in the chat couldn't hear you anyway. They were complaining, but come back in, brother. Try to get a better reception, man. Hey, Blood, go ahead, bro. You got something you want to talk about, fam?
No, man. I was just listening in. I wanted really to know what had happened with Jermell Charlo, and I just wanted to say, man, look, you know, these Wilder fans, man, they just got to admit this guy lost the fight. They get another chance to redeem themselves. Wilder will get another chance to redeem himself, and maybe they'll have something to talk about. But I don't see it, man. I think Fury's going to win this next fight as well. I don't really have nothing much else to say, Coach. I heard you move, man. So where you moving at? Were you closer to me now? I can't say the location. Shelton know where I'm at, and you know where I'm at. You know what, man? Because I told you I can't say the location. It's
security concerns. Security concerns.
You know, hey, listen, because I'm getting death threats now.
I know where you at. I think I know where you at. Yeah.
I'll tell you. Hey, listen,
I'll get up with you though, man. I'm glad to hear that you're in the area, man. Because I come up there, man, and you know, we have to barbecue and some shit sometime and watch some fights.
Hey, I'll come to you, man. Ain't no problem, man. I'll come to you.
Yeah, either way, it don't matter. It don't matter.
I got some friends that live in live right by you, the city that start with a P, right before you get there.
Okay.
Palatka.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, one of my best friends is from Palatka. Hey, man, okay. Y'all take it easy, Mr. Shelton Moore, all of y'all, man. Scott Tennessee was up here.
Blood, my man.
Yo, take it easy, man.
How we do it, brother. You know how we do it.
That's
love that. Love you on the channel, Blood.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to my brother Blood Boxing, man. You guys make sure that you subscribe to his channel Blood Boxing, as well as subscribe to boxing documentaries. No, what's it? Blood Boxing? No, documentaries and
retro boxing and documentaries, Coach.
Yeah, I got it wrong. Sorry, but thank you for correcting me, Sheldon. Anyways, Ed Cass, go ahead, brother. We talked about 10 different excuses. Okay, I give you the glove. You got the glove. You won that just for argument's sake. We want to talk about COVID. We want to talk about the costume. We want to talk about the mask. Talk about the referee. Talk about the crab in the bucket referee. Sorry about that. Talk about Mark Breland spiking the water. Talk about Mark Breland throwing the towel in. Talk about Tyson Fury's skin color, which reason why he won.
I'll give you. Okay. Look, I'm
go ahead,
brother.
brother.
My statement by saying, yo, 100%, right? You are 100% correct, man. The concept of certain fighters, right? You let they become too egotistical. He had this belief that he, he's a god. The power is all of this, and he never really trained as. So I understand what you're saying. I feel we both right. I feel like because I feel like the truth. In both situations, got the best of you, which is your full glove was compromised, bro. And I really honestly feel this third fight, he's gonna get hurt. Very hurt, because it's not gonna rock next time. And we talking about these gloves, they approved Margarito's gloves before the fight. They put on Madonna's gloves.
Okay, listen, you're going in and out, man. We can't hear you, brother.
They approved they approved his gloves, but they didn't approve the wraps.
Pay him. It was like, so the commitment, but it's a bag. I do believe a light-skinned fighter is more marketable. I do believe that. That's just the facts. Like, I do believe that, but the rivalry's always been in Black, Mexican, Puerto Rican, the island fighters. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but how do you explain Deontay Wilder? He's a very dark-skinned melanated brother.
Had a cat in it, though. Like his back. You know what I'm
saying? Yo, hey, Ed, I can't, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. The connection is real bad. We really can't hear you, brother. Try to just try to get somewhere we can be more stable. You can come back in.
Is tripping, bro. He just got a look situation. Look at the photography. They took it off the website. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. What about the other stuff? What about the COVID? What about the spiked water? What do you got to say about that? All right. Ed, you got to come back in, brother. You got to come back in. Yeah. Anyways, but guys, you get what I'm saying. Let's say for argument's sake, I said, you know what? Okay, I give you what you're saying about Fury with the gloves. Okay, but that's not the only thing that Wilder brought up. Wilder brought up a whole bunch of other things. And another thing, bro, I got my brother Bowl in the chat. I didn't even acknowledge my brother. I'm so sorry. Shout out to my brother Bowl. Go ahead and speak, fam.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, Bo?
Chilling.
My man, what's happening?
Ain't nothing, man. Hey, I noticed that this morning, I'm just getting on now, but I noticed this morning you got this one dude, he's LDBC one minute, and he's not the next, and then he's LDBC again. And this dude made like 2 videos about Jermell Charlo, and then he had the nerve to call him Clayton Bigsby or whatever the case is, right, because of this whole joint about Deontay Wilder. And what I don't understand is this is the same guy who was getting on Wilder for the exact same thing with all the excuses, but the minute Jermell Charlo, you know what I'm saying, does it, now all of a sudden this dude is a he's a sellout, he's a Uncle Tom, he's a coon, he's not married to a black woman and all this other stuff. But the funny thing about it, all these dudes that are criticizing Jermell Charlo aren't even married to black women themselves. So that's the part I don't even understand when they say, oh, he's not married to black women. Like, but you're not even married to a black woman. So like, what is the actual point? Because Jermell Charlo have a different opinion from you, all of a sudden he's an Uncle Tom? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I know you late coming on. I had unaddressed that. Today we're gonna dedicate this show to Jermell Charlo. We riding for Jermell Charlo today. You see what I'm saying? Because of the foolishness that's going on. They know, again, you know my background, Bold. I let everybody know the background that I come from. You know what I mean? It's that's what it is. If you don't agree with the narrative, then you're a coon, sellout, Uncle Tom, A, B, C, and D. As long as you agree with the narrative, you're fine. You know what I mean? So Jermell Charlo spoke the truth, in my opinion. He said, Wilder, you lost. It had nothing to do with race or nothing like that. You lost because, now the way he said it, he said that you don't have skills. Now, I agree with that part of it, but let me preface this by saying this. Wilder does not have boxing skills. He has fighting skills. He can fight, but he's not a boxer. And I think anyone who's ever criticized Wilder say that. That's a known fact. He's not a boxer. We know he's not a boxer. He's a one-trick pony. He knocks the opponents out. He has that one punch. We know this. So this is not no conspiracy against Wilder, hating on Wilder. He just stated facts. And then you know how Jermell Charlo talk. Jermell Charlo said it online or whatever the case may be. So because Jermell Charlo said that Wilder lost the fight, had nothing to do with skin color. You know what I mean? And he didn't have any skills. That's why he lost. And he ran across the better fighter. This is why they call him coon to sell out. I want to tell Jermell Charlo, man, I'm riding with you. I'll ride with you. Coach Malik Williams, a New Media Today USA, down here in Miami. We're going to ride with you, brother. We're going to ride with you because I don't push a race bait narrative. You told the truth. And don't apologize. I hope that you don't come out later on, Jermell Charlo, and fall to the pressure of some of these fools, and give in and just say, you know what? I apologize for what I said. Don't apologize for nothing. Be unapologetic. If that's the way you feel, you say it, you live on that, you stand on that, and you die on that. Period. Because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm standing on my square wholeheartedly.
And check this out. They went as far as to say, "Oh, that's why old media is messing your head up. Y'all don't even want to give black media interviews and stuff." And I'm sitting up here listening to his narrative, and I'm like, dude, y'all YouTube content creators. What do you mean they don't want to give you interviews? I'm like, if they don't want to give you interviews, that's on them. If they want to give ESPN or Fox or whatever interviews, that's on them. Because at the end of the day, ESPN, Fox, and all of them are going to give them, the publicity, you know what I'm saying, that they need to begin with. You're not going to get all that publicity off of YouTube interviews. And so when he was saying that, he was like, oh, well, he was calling like, Jermell Hill, a coon and some Stephen A. You know how they all do. Because so they get on them, but at the same time they complaining because they ain't getting YouTube interviews with these boxers.
That's what it is. That's all it is. Dude, listen, you don't even have the credentials in order to conduct interviews like that anyways. But that's all it is, brother. These guys, as a matter of fact, let me change my camera angle right quick, guys. Let me do this. Change my camera because it looks like it's getting kind of dark with this one. All right, that looks a whole lot.
That's
better.
clear.
That looks a whole lot better. So
yeah, plus these dudes, man, you guys got to realize like they create a lot of the news because they'll take a giant like if I'm trying to think of a good example that I just saw, and it was Haney. They took the one thing he said where he said that I wasn't hurt. They took that, and I'm not a big Haney fan, but if you listen to the whole post-fight press conference, he actually like prefaced it by saying, look, he hit me with some good shots, etc. And then he said, I'm not hurt. They do this. They keep all these people fighting all the time so they can keep people on their channels. And I heard Fred talking about him, and I'm like, wait a minute, don't Fred have biracial kids? And he's out here talking about who's not black enough and this and that. So these dudes are phonies, man. They're faking the funk.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, it is what it is, man. To be honest with you, man, it's really tiresome at this point. It's very tiresome to see these guys keep pushing the same narrative, this race hustling narrative right now. It's very tiresome, man, because I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the same old playbook. This playbook been around before any of us was born. They was doing this back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, in the 60s. I was born in the 70s, 1974 to be exact. And they're using the same playbook. It's the same yo-yo, different stream. Different generations of people falling for the same talking points. They understand that certain levels of people don't have, if they have a low IQ, it's very easy to manipulate them and say whatever. You know what I mean? But I like Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo, if you ever see this video or watching this video, I'm riding with you, brother. I promise you, I will not apologize for what I say on this show unless I am wrong. If I say something wrong on this show in public, and it's targeted towards someone, I would be the first one to come back on this show and say, you know what? I said something wrong. I apologize about what I said. Because do you want to know why? Because men.
I was going to say, that's what a man does.
That's what a man does. That's what a man does. You see what I'm saying? Men do that. I don't have any egos to the point to where, hey, you know what I mean? I'm too proud to apologize. Nah, if I'm wrong about something, I say it. But on this, I honestly wholeheartedly feel like I'm right. I get it. Everybody's a coon or a sellout if they don't follow the race baiting narrative. I'm not going for it. I'm like Hall & Oates. I can't go for that.
I can't go for that.
I can't go for that. And I love Hall & Oates. So it's crazy. I can't go for that. I can't go for that.
2 Chainz got a version of that too.
You see what I'm saying, yo? So anyways, hey, everybody's saying, man, you need to change your profile, man. You got a profile pic of Deontay Wilder's on TV. Everybody clowning you. Everybody.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put another one on. Hang on.
Mr. Moonshine. Mr. Moonshine himself. Hey, that's over there. Let me shut my big mouth and let my brother talk, man. Go ahead, fam.
Oh Lord. Yo, last night was one of the most disgusting live shows I witnessed. It was like watching the KKK rally, but the black version.
Right. I get it. I get it.
It was disgusting. So basically is hate everybody that's not black by any means necessary. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And not on PBC.
It's reverse racism.
Yeah.
And also not on PBC.
Yo, it was disgusting, man. It was disgusting.
I saw your video this morning. I think it was like 7.5, 8 minutes where you was bigging up Jermell Charlo.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, man? That's what inspired me, what I saw in your video, to talk about Jermell Charlo in this show. So I wanted to tell you that. I said, man, Punch right. Like, what the hell going on? I went online and I'm like, oh, they call them, the typical talking points: coon, sellout, Uncle Tom,
buck dancer.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. I'm like, there you go. What did Jermell Charlo say so wrong the way he deserved to get called all of that?
Yo, you know what's funny? I was having a conversation and with another boxing content creator, and I was telling him like, yo, Punch, you should listen to what these people are saying. I'm like, yo, why you gotta just pay attention? I mean, that's what they want, right? You don't gotta pay attention to them 24/7 and things of that nature. And then I got another message be like, yo, Earl Spencer's on. I said, You know, I'll watch anybody. If you're gonna give me some good content and you interviewing a boxing personnel, I don't give a damn who you are. I'm gonna witness it. I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
But then I caught the playback. Oh my God! I'm like, yo, really?
I didn't see the playback. What did Errol Spence say? I didn't see it, brother.
No, not with the Earl. That's when it actually died down. That's when the rally was dying down. You feel me? But then he was talking about I'm going to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to be talking about this live later on. They was talking about Christianity, and he's saying that that's not a religion. That was a forced religion, and he follows. He really admires the Nation of Islam religion. So they was hype. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was hype about that. So
well,
a lot of people haven't done a video. I'm actually going to do a video about it. I'm going to go live and talk about it because I know they're going to probably use that type of stuff, you know, for the Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao's Christian. So I was like trying to, is he trying to throw like indirect, you know?
Hey, Punch, as you know, I was in the Nation of Islam for 24 and a half years.
Yeah, I know.
You know, my grandfather's from, you know, when he came from the DR, he came up in Harlem. He was he joined Mosque number 7 in 1955. You know what I mean? And so my mom was born.
I live 5 blocks away from where Michael X died, the Audubon Ballroom. So I was raised, bro. I was raised.
Where Malcolm X got killed at, yeah.
The first book my pops gave me was The Message to the Black Man. That was the first book. I was on. I kept all of my literature. So because I was gonna do politics when I started this channel, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad they shut me down. Y'all used to have a website called thetruthhurtsouch.com. They shut me down.
Hey, yeah, I'm glad I didn't. I would stay away from that. But I said, just in case I get into a debate with any of the brothers, I still have my English C lessons. I still have the Supreme Wisdom. I still have the restricted laws. You know, I still have my general orders. I was a lieutenant. You know what I mean? And I met all the power hitters in the nation. I know, I've been in it for 24 and a half years. So I know the talking points. So when I started my channel and I started seeing this same old race hustling, I'm like, oh man, I got to bang on that. Because I don't have that mindset anymore. I'm 47. So, you know, so I don't view the world at 47 the way I did at 17 or at 27.
Yeah. Don't you think it's a major problem right now that, like, yeah, there is racism. We all know that. But I preach like, ain't never going to stand in my way. I'm going to run through any oppression, any racism. So for me, that's Casper the Friendly Ghost. It's not that it doesn't exist. It's just that it's not going to hold me down. I can't explain to my kids that you can't make it because the white man is trying to hold you down. Nah, I tell my kids you could do whatever. Ain't nobody going to stop you. So eventually, all that oppression stuff, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it just doesn't exist in my approach in life.
You know, listen, Punch, you hit the nail right on the head. I'm going to tell you why I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because guess what? Deontay Wilder is living proof that that systemic racism or whatever didn't stop him.
He's privileged.
He has a net worth of $30-some million. He lives in a mansion. Listen. Okay.
Bro,
listen.
He's giving. Matter of fact. I'm sorry to cut you off. Matter of fact, he's so privileged. He gave Tyson Fury privilege.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury was nobody.
Yeah.
He needed help. Deontay Wilder gave him privilege. Deontay Wilder gave Luis Ortiz privilege. Talking about privilege, you the one that's giving privilege. And if you talk about white privilege, you are the one that actually. You if you think it's white privilege, then you gave muscle to white privilege by giving a chance to Tyson Fury. Why you ain't fight Anthony Joshua for the undisputed? Why you ain't give another brother that privilege?
Right.
Huh? You gave Tyson Fury the privilege twice. You ain't have to. There was no mandatory.
Twice. Gave it to him twice. Now it's going to be the third time. But this will get me. I'm like, dude, okay. If Tyson Fury has the complexion for the protection, bro, how you was able to become WBC heavyweight champion of the world for 5 years? How you was able to win the bronze medal in the Olympics? How you was able to amass all of the wealth that you have through the sport of boxing? And you have 2 white managers. JD's is your co-manager and Shell's your other co-manager. So if you really felt that way about it, you know what I mean? Listen, I'm not trying to make it racial at all, but I have to address it because this is what Wilder is talking about now. You know, what race didn't stop you from it. We didn't hear none of this racial stuff prior to him getting his ass whooped.
And I'm rooting for the dude, bro. But damn, man, it making me damn Wilder.
Bro, it's hard. Hey, Puss, you making it hard. You making it hard for me right now.
He making it hard, brother. I'm rooting for you, my brother. Come on, say that the skin complexion is the reason. No, skills beat you. No, it's not this.
Right.
Now he trying to sell a narrative, man, and that's how they try to get more money because they try to sell that narrative and stuff.
Listen, hey, shout out to D-Town Blaster for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that, fam. Punch, you got a lot of people in the chat, man, bigging you up, bro. Listen, go to Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine, aka Mr. AKA. He got so many AKAs, I'll get lost. But but listen, please subscribe to my brother channel. Punch has really been a big part of helping my channel grow. He didn't have to. He gave me shout outs on his channel. There's a lot of people that I see in my chat that was following Punch before they came and followed me. So I always want to give Punch that shout out because, truth be told, it was brothers like him who really helped my channel grow just by giving me a shout out on his platform. Not only that, but he allowed me to come on his platform one day on one of his shows when he didn't have to do that. So I just want to give a shout out to my brother Punch. You know what I mean? I really appreciate everything that you have done to help me get even to this point, bro. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day, brother, to really come on the show. I really appreciate that, man.
I appreciate your work, my brother, man. Appreciate you. I love the delivery, love the energy, man. God, can we just, man, keep it boxing,
bro? Like, bro, it's like I see when you cover this topic, it's like you pulling hairs. Punch, like, man, why we got to keep talking about this stuff? Like
boxing is good right now. It's really peaking,
bro. We had Devin Haney. Listen, when you gonna get Bill back on your show? That's what I want to know. Cause Bill might be mad at you right now, bro.
Bill's another one. When I catch him in that way, he got to keep it real. He goes with the race. Oh, Punch is because, you know what I'm saying, I know that you want to stick to your Latino brother. No, I'm not. I'm sticking to the dude that's doing that thing in boxing. If I like Canelo Wilder, if I'm pumping up Canelo Wilder, it's because he's 4th division world champion. He's fighting three times in the span of 5-6 months. Teofimo Lopez fought Lomachenko. I'm giving props. Jermell Charlo, I give Jermell Charlo got one fight away to become undisputed. I'm giving props. I'm preserving the people that's actually doing great in boxing, that's challenging themselves. And yo, if it so happens that all the big fights, there's a Latino fighter, Chocolatito and Estrada, Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, and Canelo Alvarez and T.O. and Chocolatito. Yo, if it's just a bunch of Latinos that's fighting, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I'm just speaking what was going on. We just reporting boxing.
Punch, this guy right here on Y2K Paul 2001. He said, hey, shout out to you, brother, for the super chat. He said, but Punch, you were co-signing all of the race talk coming from Teofimo Sr. You were constantly hollering facts. Do you want to address that? Because a couple people, he's trying to say you. Go ahead.
You was co-signing talk, man. See, this what it is that people don't understand. People, if I'm going to do an interview with somebody, I'm gonna let them dudes talk. I ain't gonna check if he said something about Floyd Mayweather, how he feels, is because he has been in talks with Floyd Mayweather in the Mayweather gym. If that's what he experienced, then that's what he experienced. Am I gonna be like, you lying? I don't know Floyd.
Right.
I don't know Floyd.
Right.
You know,
yeah, that's his truth. If that's his truth, that's his truth. I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, man. In the end of the day, man, we build channels to preserve the sport of boxing, not to tear down boxers. People just got so used to, and people just disrespecting boxers, that if I have a boxer on my channel, that I'm supposed to challenge him and tell him why you ain't do this, you ain't shit. Just because people saw me and Bill go at it. Just because we just go at it. He wants me to say, he want me to praise his son like if he was Sugar Ray Leonard. That's
right.
it.
Right.
I'm just telling you the truth. It's the WBC that fuck a lot of shit up. That's all I'm saying.
Right, absolutely, man. Like, listen, you know what? You the first guy I heard talk about this as it relates to the WBC belt, right? I didn't get it until I saw your show. Now we have Teofimo Lopez. Some people say that he's undisputed. Some people say that Devin Haney has a WBC belt. This is all you were saying. What you were saying was this: Mauricio Suleiman is the one that created this confusion. If I'm getting this correct, right?
Yeah.
So basically, if the franchise belt is the elevated belt, which last time I checked, Punch, the franchise belt was not transferable, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken. I think I heard Mauricio Suleiman say this a while back, that the franchise belt is not transferable. So I'm trying to figure out, how was the WBC franchise belt able to be transferred to Teofimo Lopez, when at first, when it was first introduced, it was not transferable. So go ahead.
Oh, this what happens. Yo, when rules change, whether we like it or not, whether we agree with it or not. That's their business. If they change the rules, just like the WBA, Super WBA, the way that you get upgraded in the Super WBA, it used to be that you got to make 5 straight defenses, and then you get elevated as a Super WBA. Now anybody could get they changed the rules in 2015. Now anybody could get a Super WBA because of Floyd Mayweather when he got uplifted after the Marcus Maidana fight, so he won't have to face his mandatory, which was Keith Thurman. The Super WBA changed the rules, just like right now. Just for the Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez fight, they changed the rules. Regardless, I don't like the franchise. I bet 99, probably 100% of the people don't like the franchise. But that's their company, and that's their rules, and that's their belt. If you got something in your household, and you be like, yo, Punch, this is my wifey. I'll be like, yo, because a lot of people want to be like, oh, but you got the other belt federation don't recognize it. Well, the WBC recognize it. If I go to your house and you be like, yo, Punch, this is my wife, I'm going to be like, nah, I got to go to your neighbor so I can recognize your wife. No! You're going to be like, yo, Punch, this is my wife and this is my kids. I'm going to be like, nah, coach, I got to go to your neighbor, to 3 of your neighbors so they could recognize your kids, and then I'll believe you. Nah, that's your household. Whether regardless I like it or not, you're telling it's the WBC saying that the franchise is the supreme belt. And you call every belt federation, call every belt, IBF. Yo, who's your supreme lightweight champion? The IBF is going to say Teofimo Lopez. WBO, they're going to say Teofimo Lopez. WBA, they're going to say Teofimo Lopez. WBC, Mauricio Sudamo. How many times are we going to say that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed? So if you separately call them up, because it's easy to call the belt federation. It's easy to call them up. Them up, and they all say Teofimo Lopez. My common sense tells me that's undisputed. I'm not going to go with the shenanigans of boxing. We already know there's a bunch of shenanigans. Let me recognize it. How about we all recognize what's going on in boxing? We recognize the bullshit. Let's recognize the bullshit and just keep it consistent.
Right. You know, hey, Punch. See, my thing is what I was saying was Mauricio Sulaimán caused a lot of confusion.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I have a great deal of respect for Mauricio Sulaimán, but I'm on the patio. It's raining, but he caused a lot of confusion. So I'm like, bro, listen, what all you were saying was it's not fair to Devin Haney for him to have the WBC belt, and now his belt has been devalued by Mauricio Sulaimán. Now they're saying that I'm about to go in his house. Now they're saying that Devin Haney's belt doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. So
that's all you were saying.
Exactly. So since day one, I'm like, yo, drop that belt. They're going to treat you like Jermell Charlo. They're going to mess up your brand. They're going to have a watered-down belt. They're going to treat. That's why I said Devin Haney drop that belt. Stop playing. Forget about their shenanigans. Don't pay sanctioning fees if they're going to water you down. Go to the other belt federation in which you was actually ranked higher than Teofimo Lopez in the IBF. You could have got that Nakatani fight. Then you could have got that Comey fight. Then you would have been mandatory to Comey, and then you would have been in the position that Teofimo Lopez was at. Why don't chase the WBC? Chase the guy that everybody wants, Lomachenko. And Devin Haney was ranked higher than Teo in the WBC and ranked higher than Teo in the IBF. You chose to be married with the WBC, while Teofimo Lopez chose, knowing that Mauricio Sudamo said nobody's gonna be, that Lomachenko was not gonna be mandatory. They had a tournament. Teofimo Lopez bounced to the IBF, and thus we have where we have today. Instead of Devin Haney wanted to be married with the WBC because it's all about this, you could have gone the other way, and then you get and capture whatever Teofimo Lopez had.
Let me, hey, Punch, let me ask you. I just moved from outside. Let me ask you a question, Punch. If Devin Haney would have threw the belt away, do you feel like he would have been able to get some of these same fight? He just fought on Jorge Linares, right? So I'm thinking that the reason why he kept the belt from a strategic standpoint to give him more leverage. What do you think? I'm not sure, but
I think about it. He only fought Santiago that they petitioned for. They fought Gamboa that they petitioned for, and they fought Linares, which they petitioned for. He didn't fight no mandatory, so technically, I think he would have done the same without the belt. I think without the belt, there will be no pressure on Devin Haney at the age of 22. We'll be looking at Devin Haney and praising him like we praise Boots Ennis, which got no pressure. He don't got no belt, so we don't pressure him. We just value his growth. We value his journey. Virgil Ortiz, we're not pressuring Virgil Ortiz because he got no belt. He got no responsibility. But once they gave Devin Haney that responsibility, that belt, now he got responsibility. Now he's gonna be critiqued. Prematurely, if anything, he got stunned. Oh my God, he got exposed. He got this because now you got responsibility. You don't even need that responsibility.
And I don't blame Haney for taking the belt when he did, because he was like, oh, I'm going to get bigger fights. I'm going to make more money. But at the same time, the WBC's done this. They've done this more than a couple of times. I mean, they did it with Brazil, Dominique Brazil, making him Wilder's mandatory so he didn't have to fight Dillian White. They did it with, I can't remember, Chavez Jr. They did it to Martinez. I mean, they do this all the time. The WBC is like, they're one of the worst. They're well known for they'll make a new belt out of nowhere. They wanted to make a super cruiserweight belt when
they got no rules. Put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. They just do. Bridgerweight. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, and it doesn't. I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for Haney for because all he thought he was doing was getting the bag. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna be the champ and this and that. And people are acting like they wouldn't do the exact same thing that he did. You know, oh no, I don't want less money. You know, I want to stay in the top 5. Come on, anybody would take the belt.
And you know that belts is one thing, but the ranking system is all rigged. You know
yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Is that jumping from your number 17 and all of a sudden you fight one time and then you're ranked number 2?
It's ridiculous.
It's all about petitioning. That's what it is. Everything in boxing is all about petitioning.
Isn't it funny to think about this? Wilder's saying that everybody, that the WBC and all these people are against him, and look at that.
It's like let him talk. Let Punch.
Oh, sorry.
No. Everything is about petitioning in boxing. You know, I think that you know what it is. We know why there's a lot of debates and dialogues and arguments in sport of boxing, because the fans really don't want to take the time to learn the business of boxing like we take the time to learn the business of the business of other sports. We know the business of the NBA, free agency, salary cap, everything, 10-day contracts. Yo, we know everything. We know how to play the fantasy. When it comes to boxing, we don't take the time to learn boxing. We just want to be like, he ducking. He said he want to fight him. He ducking.
Right.
That's all we know. Not knowing the people in the cookie and those hands in the cookie jars are the ones that's actually ducking. Those people are the ones that, you know, look, I'm going to say it like this. See, Devin Haney is a promoter. We give him all the props in the world for being a 22-year-old promoter. Promoters are the only one in boxing that could petition for fights. So if Teofimo Lopez, he got to wait for Bob Arum. Ryan Garcia, he got to wait for Golden Boy Promotions. Devin Haney don't got to wait for nobody. So if he wanted to fight with Lomachenko, if he wanted to fight with Teofimo Lopez, he's a licensed promoter in California in which he could actually petition for any fights that he wants. The question is that people don't want to ask Devin Haney. Devin, did you ever petition, did DHP petition for a Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez fight? No. You
asked him that, though. You asked Bill that.
I know.
Yeah, I saw the interview.
You feel me? Because I know. So a lot of people won't question him like that because people don't give him the right question. He knows they never petition. They are taking the route. They're taking the cautious route. They building Devin Haney little by little. They just want to let everybody know that everybody's ducking, but they petition for the Santiago fight 12 days after they got elevated in the WBC convention. 12 days. Mm-hmm. They petition for Santiago. They petition for Gamboa. They petition and the matchroom petition for Jorge Linares.
That's what Suleiman said to Bill Haney too. He said wait, you know, because you're saying that all these people were ducking Haney. He goes, Haney's never petitioned Lomachenko and he's never petitioned Teofimo. He goes, so if he wants to fight him, if he's the champ, he can petition them.
Yeah, and he said you could challenge anybody.
Exactly.
And Bill Haney said, well, we couldn't petition for it. He said, yes, you can. You couldn't petition for a mandatory, but you could petition for a voluntary. How many voluntary fights has Devin Haney had?
3 exactly.
2 or 3?
3 in a row.
Okay, 3. Okay.
In the WBC rule, the way that he got his belt, he's supposed to face 2 mandatories. He got 3 voluntaries in a row. He still haven't faced no mandatory. Why?
Hey, Punch. Question. Ever since Ryan Garcia left, was it Devin Haney mandatory supposed to be Javier Fortuna?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
You know that's not gonna happen, man.
No, of course. See, I want to say real quick too. There's people in the chat every day, Coach, that I argue with on in the comments. They think I'm in here capping for Lopez. I like Lopez, but look, it's not that I love Lopez. It's that Haney doesn't. He keeps saying he's ducking and all this stuff when Haney could have fought him three times already.
Yo, it's easy. It's not about that. It's that fans value. If when the boxing fans are frustrated, we get frustrated because we don't see the fighters challenge themselves like back in the days. We don't see fighters fighting enough like back in the days. But then when you got people that's challenging themselves, that's what the fans value. That's what we value, Chocolatito Estrada. That's what we value, the fight with Oscar Valdez and Miguel Burchett. That's what we value, Stephen Fulton versus Angelo Leo. That's what we value, Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. That's what we value, Canelo Alvarez fighting 3 times and unifying 2 unification bouts. We value that. So we speak highly about it. But then if you have a consistent and be like, okay, there's a Latin fighter. Oh, you only talking about the Latin fighter because they're the one that's actually challenged themselves at this point right now.
Listen,
challenging themselves.
Listen, it's simple. We don't care what the skin color is. If the guy who's taking all of the challenges and risks just so happen to be a Latin fighter, we're going to cover that because we cover the sport of boxing. If he's fighting, he fought Lomachenko. But listen, and I'm going to be honest with you. My opinion, I could be wrong. Teofimo is my favorite guy at 135.
Hey, Coach. Hey, yo, when's the last time Gary Russell Jr. fought?
1979.
And look, Bubu Andrade is one of my favorite fighters. Everybody know that. Bubu Andrade. But what's his critique? That he don't fight who?
He doesn't fight the top guys. He doesn't fight enough. They say he fight. He don't fight a bunch of top. He don't fight.
What's Buck Crawford? What's Buck Crawford?
He hasn't fought nobody. Well, his resume weak. He hasn't fought nobody at 147.
Well, I was going to say something about this, Punch. So you do have guys that are trying to fight people, like legitimately trying to fight top competition, but they don't get that opportunity. So what do you think about that?
What's the? I mean, I feel like everybody has an opportunity, in my opinion. I feel the opportunity is there. You're a champion. The opportunity is there. Now, when it comes to be honest, I think Eddie Hearn is doing a horrible job with Bubu Andrade.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's doing a horrible job with Bubu Andrade. I think that Triple G has gotten a pass like I've never seen before.
Yes.
I thought that Bubu Andrade was going to get a bunch of fights, signing with the Zone. I thought he could get the Triple G fight, a Canelo fight, Daniel Jacobs fight. He was right there in position. So when it comes to Bubu Andrade, I feel like Eddie Hearn really done a bad job with him. But in terms of Gary Russell Jr., no excuse.
Listen, and Gary Russell Jr. is a PBC fighter. He's on the same side of the street as a lot of those other fighters who he's trying to fight, and he still can't get the fight.
That Leo Santa Cruz fight was supposed to be for Gary Russell Jr. If Al Heyman chose Gervonta Tank Davis,
here's my thing, Punch.
He was just calling out him.
Punch, another question. But here's the thing. Can you really put that on Eddie Hearn if the other fighters are not trying to fight Bubu Andrade? Because you can't force another fighter to fight somebody.
No. I understand that. But the problem that I have, when people talk about boxing, they blame Bubu. When it comes to every other fighter, people blame the promotion. People blame Bob Arum. People blame Al Heyman. When it comes to Bubu Andrade, it's his fault. It's him. Nah. That means that the boxing fans, you're going to critique somebody. Yo, Charlo, why you don't want to unify? What about your legacy? Triple G, why you don't want to unify? What happened with your legacy? So forget about Demetrius Andrade, but does anybody want the WBO? Does anybody want to unify in the middleweight division?
And that's what I have a problem with. It's like nobody, I ain't going to try to say like Triple G is scared, even though, in my opinion, I think he's just avoiding him. But my thing is that if Bubu Andrade was to move up, let's say he go to 168, I guarantee you, and it's just my opinion, somebody like Triple G, somebody like Jermell Charlo, they all going to petition for that WBO and try to fight for it, even though they don't want to fight for, Andre for it right now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, man, shout out. Let me give me shout out to the super chat. Shout out to my brother Ricky Torres. He say, what do you say? What up? Hey, he say, what you saying? What up with Tay Jones threatening Sugar Hill? We're going to see you again, and I'm seeing you in person. Yeah, that was a while ago. Tay Jones, Drew the Midget. I mean, yeah, that's what they do, man. Like threatening people and stuff like that. I don't know Tay Jones personally. I don't know either one of those guys, but I've
spoken to Tay Jones, so you know what I'm saying. Me and Tay Jones, we have a respectable, you know what I'm saying, with respectable conversation. So I don't, you know what I'm saying. If anything, if I'll say, I'm a man about mine. You know, if I say anything about that, I probably disagree with him. At this point, if I got the guy's number, I would just tell him. I will tell him myself.
Reach out, yeah.
I got no problem with Tay Jones. They're just people that just ride or die. You know, he's ride or die for Wilder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And listen, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing I disagree with was I'm not going to threaten, punch, or anybody and say when I see you, I'm gonna do ABC. I'm just not going to do that. Because we are all content creators on YouTube. That's it. We're content creators who cover the sport of boxing. If I wanted to deal with some street stuff, I'll go back to the street. Listen, I've been there, done that. I don't want no issues with any of that. You know what I mean? You know,
I mean, he does got answers to question. You know what I'm saying? He the one that actually did say about the that he got proof that is gonna come out, and of course, people still waiting for that type of proof. But you know what I'm saying? That's on him. Though. He got to answer those questions just like every man got to answer those questions when you put something out there. You're going to be challenged just like I'm being challenged, just like you're going to be challenged. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm being challenged right now. Listen. I got to let you know. Right now, they say I'm a coon. They say I'm a sellout. They say I'm Uncle Tom. I've been threatened numerous of times. They say they're going to pull up on me when they see me. I've been invited to come to Memphis, to come to somebody who lives with their mother. Come to Memphis. They told me they got shooters.
Yo, put it this way. I got more death threats on my. I got more death threats on my email. I forgot count. I lost count. Put it that way. Since December, I've gotten more death threats that I think. Shit, I lost count. I lost count by the 25th email. Put it that way.
Listen, I even have people come on my channel and say to you when I like big you up. They say, "Why are you supporting that racist?" They say you racist. I say, listen, man, the man not racist. He is racist. You know what I mean? And yada, 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 yada. And I'm like, clearly you haven't looked at his content. If you take the time to look at his content, he's the total opposite of that. You see what I'm saying? But I'm like, if that's your opinion, I'm the type of person, no matter what, if you dislike somebody, and this is what my mom taught me, if someone doesn't like you, there's nothing that you can do to make them like you. Nothing.
Their mind's already made up.
Yo, this what it is, man. Yo, I'll clarify briefly. Every creed, every race have their oppression. They have in every corner of the world. People are going through stuff. People are going through things. You know what I'm saying? The Asians have gone through stuff. The Irish people have gone through stuff. Over there in Yugoslavia, those people have gone through stuff. People in the Caribbean have gone through stuff. People in Africa, people in America. So if America is the melting pot of the world, and people come over here with their struggles and stuff like that. Now, this is where the people got mad. Briefly, I said this, that there's people in third world countries. They eat mud pies. They struggle. I got cousins in DR that haven't seen that they waited till 11 years old to actually get their first pair of shoes. Feet is like wood.
Yeah, that's rough.
You feel me? So I said, look, unfortunately, there's people that's coming from other countries that's come from third world country and they're coming here to survive. They don't have the time. They don't have the time to dwell on they don't have the time to dwell on your struggle. They just here to survive.
Right.
They're going to set up shop. They're going to open up their delis. They're going to open up their little restaurants. They don't got time to worry about other struggle. They just come on over here. They come over here. They set shop. They trying to survive. They try to probably go back home, pay for their little houses or whatever, their little land. This is what it is. They got mad. Oh, you don't care about the black struggle. No, I am telling you how other people go about their lives. So if there's people out there that have struggled in the Caribbean or whatever, struggle bad, and then they come to this country and they feel like the people in this country, look, the hood is like paradise for a person coming from DR. You come to Harlem, whoa, I made it.
Yeah.
You Washington Heights, I made it. See, we want to go to the Hamptons. They just want to come here. So when they see people here, unfortunately, oh, complaining, yo, I can't get this, and the man is keeping me from this. They looking at it like, time out, I got the same shit you got, and I just came from the worst of the worst. So reality, they tend not to respect it because they look at it like, yo, we out here by any means necessary. There's people out here that be crossing the board, and yo, they found kids in the river. There's people dying to come over here. Yeah,
dying to come over here.
So
hey, literally.
And then they're in the same type of level. Unfortunately, the respect level is like, damn, what's going on with the black folks? Unfortunately, but they took it like I'm racist. I'm just letting you know, man. I'm from New York City. I come from a melting pot. I know all kinds, bro. Yeah, I know every type of stereotype. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I understand that. But then I said, you know what? And you know what I said? Also, my fault. I'm speaking a lot. But you know also what I also said? I said, I'm coming from a New York City perspective. I understand that. I understand there's places down south or other places that is just black and white. I come from a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? I remember I did that video of my block. I'm born next. My same block, Muslim mosque across the street, Catholic across the street, a Jewish temple, and then right directly across the street, a Christian Baptist. That's why
you shot that at night. You shot that at night time. Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
So that's my mindset. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Yeah, I feel you on that. Huh? Now I feel you on that, Punch. Yeah, I'm from New York too, BK, man. And I feel that the whole.
You know how it is, man.
Yeah, the melting pot. Yeah.
So tell me, if you chilling with your Chinese people, you know they're gonna have some stereotype. You can tell the Chinese, yo, what you think about us? What you think about black, or what you think about the Latins? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have those conversations. You can go Turkish. I know Turkish people. So we all know what we like about each other, what they don't like. Yo, y'all some loud. Y'all loud. You know what I'm saying?
It's a culture thing. This is the thing. It's more cultural than anything. Everybody have different cultures. And this is the thing I say, right? The same people who complaining about how evil and bad and racist America is, why other people breaking their neck to come over here to this evil, bad, and racist country, and the same people who complaining about it, you notice they ain't trying to go nowhere. Okay, well, what country you think is way better than America? That's not racist. Is pick any country in the world you want to go to and go. And I haven't met one person yet that I came up with when I used to be like that, when I was racist. I haven't met one person yet that left and went to any country that they wanted to go to. That was better. But you got people breaking their neck, dying in rivers and starving and doing what they got to do to come over here. And so like make sense to me. Like,
man, the same people that's pushing them shit, them race hustlers that's pushing them shits, and they know who they are. Their own household is a melting pot.
Exactly. Yeah. Facts.
Yo, matter of fact,
they know what they doing, man. They know what they doing. They know what they doing. For them super chats. Let's not be fools out here. Their own household is a melting pot. Yo,
matter of fact,
pro Latino, pro white, pro black, that doesn't mean that you hate the other. You hate other races. No, that means that you love yourself and you love all people at the same time. But you're pro and you love who you are, and that's being pro. That other shit, like hating everybody else, envying everybody else, that's some other shit. That's some evil, satanic shit. That's not being pro.
Man, listen, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, and I understand where it comes from because, again, my experience in the Nation of Islam for 24 and a half years, and I listen. I understand it. I get it. I studied the I studied a lot of people, the Nelly Fullers, what's the sister that wrote the ISIS gun, Dr. Francis Cress Wellsing. I studied Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben. I studied all of those guys, and then I studied outside of that, like the Thomas Sowells, the Larry Elders, the Walter Williams, a lot of the people. Those people would be considered coons and sellouts to the pro-blacks. So I studied.
They don't want that conversation with you.
Yeah. Like they can't listen. I understand both sides. I can debate a diehard Nation of Islam guy. He'll lose. You know what? Know why? Because I know all the talking points. I still have all of my literature, the English C lessons, the student enrollments, the Supreme Wisdom. I have it all, and I keep it intentionally just in case the laws and bylaws, just in case I get into a debate and the person tell me something, I'm gonna go to work on them. Dog, you can't. You can tell me about that.
Just in case they want the smoke.
Yeah, they can't. So, but I'm glad I didn't get into politics or religion. I'm glad I'm doing boxing. I had no idea boxing was so toxic. I'm green to this.
Me either, brother. I ran away from politics, man. And I walked into politics talking about boxing. I thought I was walking into a community with fellow hardcore boxing fans. You know, it's like walking in the bar. And you know what I'm saying? We all Knicks fans, right? We're gonna be, you know, desperate together. We're gonna cheer together. Oh no. There's some whole different issue over here in boxing.
Hey, boy, you come to boxing, it's politics. Listen, what I notice about this community, any conversation can go left. You don't know where it's going to go. You could be talking about Lopez. You could be talking about Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Manny Pacquiao, and next thing you know, well, you know what? Manny Pacquiao, he been cheating for such and such. It's because if he was a black fighter, you know, I'm like, oh my God, where this come from? Oh, Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo from New York. You see what I'm saying?
No. He's from Florida though. He's not from New York. He's from
He's really Cuban.
Man.
This guy say, coach, you should go on Sonata TV. I'm very familiar with Sonata TV. I used to watch those guys a lot back in the day. Brother Polite, Pharaoh when he came out of prison, Sarah Sukusetti. Trust me, bro. I mean, I was a debater in high school. I understand how to do research. So I get it. Trust me. I get it, bro. I get it. So when I come over here, I want to get away from that because
I think debate is toxic itself because I think what debates is, you know what debates is. You could believe one thing, but since it's a debate, I just gotta win a debate. I don't have to believe what I'm saying, but I just it's like being just like being an attorney.
It's like battle rap. Yeah. It's like battle rap. You don't have to have the best. You don't have to be the better rapper, better whatever. If you write the best metaphors, you win. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's why I'd rather have a dialogue. You know, if there's some clarification,
exactly.
Have a dialogue with somebody because I feel with a dialogue you could build, you could have solutions. A debate is who I could prove that you're wrong and you want to prove that I'm wrong, so we're just diminishing. If we're having a debate with a fighter, you diminishing Deontay Wilder and I'm diminishing Fury, and the winner is who could diminish that other guy better.
Exactly.
Right. So basically, listen, check this out. So basically, when you're doing that in debate, like what I learned is when you do your research, you have to in the NOI, you have to find stuff that that's going to support your narrative. That's what it is in the Nation of Islam. I'll tell you that right now. But what I learned in school was when you do debates, you have to find something, not only stuff to support your narrative, but you have to find a counter argument. You have to be objective. Try to disprove your point. Why do you want to do that? Because when you're debating, the person you're going to debating, more than likely, what is he going to research and try to knock what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you can take that, use what he's saying, and counter what he's saying. That's how you prepare for a debate. You just can't, I'm going to find what I'm looking, I'm going to do a simple Google search, and I found what I'm looking for, and that's that. No. You got to know how to do deep dive research. Go to the primary source of information. Go to the secondary source of information. If this guy said this, where he got it from? Where you got that information from? Do your research on that and find the counter argument to it. That's why I try to come with an objective view. That's what made me fall in love with your channel. You very objective. You know, in my opinion, other people may not agree, but in my opinion, you're very objective. So that's how I go about doing things. You know,
but you know what the beauty about it is I like to be educated. I like to be enlightened. If I don't learn something today, I feel like I had a bad day. See, some people just, you know what I learned getting older is letting my push the ego aside and things of that nature. And when I did that in my life, I started to grow like crazy.
Yeah.
I started to grow like crazy. I love asking questions. So for me, this is not creating a channel for, it's my opinion and I'm right and everybody else is wrong.
Yeah.
Nah, this is a preserved sport of boxing. I love boxing, bro.
What is you with that? This guy said punch 50-0 in debates. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, bro, listen. Punch hard, boy. Listen, bro. I think what get him to it, like if you ever like debate punch or whatever or say anything, punch to be calm and he'll let you say, and you be like, hey, I got me a little puppy dog. I got me a little puppy dog right here. You know what I mean? And then when he gonna let loose, he's like, damn, where that came from? Because it'll fool you, because you'll sit back all calm, you know, you'll be nodding your head, okay. And then, bam, are you finished? Yeah, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Then it's like, man, what? Oh shit, wait, hold up, man. Wait, you throwing too many punches. Wait a minute. Hey, listen,
yo,
bro.
At the end of the day, man, these are modern day warriors and gladiators, man. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. They what they do for a living, man. I admire them. I admire fighters, man. Yeah. I love fighters, man. I got a real big heart for fighters. So that's why I love fighting. I don't want to tear down no fighter. I don't want to tear down the sport of boxing. My beautiful sport is not growing no more. It's not dying, but it's not growing. Yo, go check your analytics. How many teenagers are on your analytics?
My analytics, very few. Most of my analytics, my
20
audience,
and up and 30 and up, right?
25 to 55.
Mine's too. Think about it.
Right.
That means no young people are coming into the sport of boxing.
Right.
So our sport is actually not growing, but it's not dying. But eventually, if it keeps on going like this, and then we got voices now that is actually valid voices, and we got these type of platforms in which we are getting credit. The boxing industry is coming to the YouTube circuit.
Yes, it is.
We got a voice. But now what we doing is diminishing the whole stuff, and we got a bunch of channels saying boxing ain't this and boxing ain't this and boxing ain't this. You just having a channel to dirty the damn sport, not to preserve it.
Yeah.
I had a question.
Go ahead.
I got a question. I'm gonna bounce after this, but it's for Coach and Punch. But what would you guys think about kind of like a quasi middleweight tournament where you put about you could take like Andrade and let him fight Charlo. And then you could let like Triple G fight. I'm trying to think of his name, but anyway, Karada. And the winner gets to fight Canelo after the plant fight. What about something like that?
Well, Canelo was at 168. So
well, I mean, for the super. I'm sorry, I meant for my bad.
Yeah, so you're talking about something like a Super 6 tournament, kind of like what Andre Ward did back in the day.
Exactly. That's how they did it back then, and it seemed to kind of settle everything until Andre retired.
Yeah, listen, the Super 6 was beautiful. I think that we should have, again, like, my thing is this here. My only criticism of Jermell Charlo, why you calling out Canelo Alvarez, which I love to see fighters pull up. I love the pull-up game. Yeah, pull up. That's what you should do. But my thing is, you have 3 other champions at 160. Why not follow Canelo Alvarez's example, try to become undisputed at 168? Why not you follow that example and try to become undisputed at 160? Your brother Jermell Charlo is trying to become undisputed at 154. So all of these guys need to fight each other. I agree with the tournament. They need to do that. They need to fight each other.
Also, Charlo actually said he wanted to fight Canelo, but he wanted to fight him at a catch weight, like he's the A side. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, Jermell Charlo's something else, man. I got a lot of criticism for that, brother. I like Jermell Charlo, but I got a lot of criticism from him, man. I'm disappointed in him, to be honest with you.
But Coach, man, thank you for having me on the panel, man. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, chill with the fans.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother, man. Everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat, man. God bless you. You already know, man, the best investment you can make in your life is investing, having a personal relationship with God, man. That's the best investment, man. We're going to paradise all together.
Take it easy, Punch. Good to see you, man.
All right, man. Salute the Punch Boxing, man. Listen, please go to my brother's channel and subscribe. Please go subscribe, man. Punch, man, we love you over here, bro. I really appreciate everything you do, bro. I learned so much from you, dog. I watch all your videos.
I mean that. I appreciate you too, my brother. I hit you up. Yo, happy hour Thursday tonight. Let's go.
Hey, I just moved, man. So we're trying to get everything together, man.
I feel you.
All right, bro. Salute, brother.
All right, be good, gentlemen. See you, Bold. Also, I'll be in tomorrow, Coach. Take it easy, man.
All right, bro. We'll be on tomorrow. Yep. Shout out to my brother, man. Sly Tennessees, man. Bo, anything you want to wrap the show up with, my brother?
Yeah. Hey, Coach, I'm gonna shoot you a text tonight, man, because I've been trying to make videos again, man. I just had a question on certain things, man, but I put it in the text message.
All right, you got my number, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, send me a text, man. Just let me know it's you. I'll lock it in, okay?
All right.
Hey, man, salute to my brother Bo, man. Listen, guys, again, I apologize. I do not have my sound effects set up. As you know, I'm actually in my office. I'm in my office. It's going to get painted. So Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna have everything set up. It's gonna be nice. I want to send a shout out to everybody who ever sent me a super chat. You guys was really able to help me. I have a brand new MacBook Pro, i9 computer. It's the top of the line. It's the Cadillac of computers. I advise anyone to buy one. It's a little expensive. I paid like $2,700 for it. $2,800, something like that with taxes. Just to let you know, man, if anybody in the chat, if you're looking to start a channel, whatever it is, whether it's boxing or anything, please let me know. I'll let you know everything that you need to get for yourself. I will be able to, just help you out and just tell you what you need in order to get. You know what I mean? So other than that, man, I want to give everybody a shout out that's in the chat right now. Everybody who was here. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. Shout out to Karma Serene. Shout out to my brother Shelton Moore. Shout out to my brother Punch Drunk Boxing. Shout out to my brother Bowl. Shout out to Sly Tendencies. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Shout out to my brother Halim. Shout out to Coach Asgi. Shout out to Oscar De La Boya. Shout out to Self. Shout out to Vlad J. Shout out to the Bicho Man. Shout out to Proud Father. Shout out to Peter Von Arks. Shout out to Peter Reeves. Shout out to Steve in the UK. Shout out to Southside Boxing. Shout out to King KO. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Shout out to Ed Cash. Shout out to the Sneezy Foster. Shout out to my brother Bobby Cash. Let's see. Shout out to William. What's going on, fam? Killy Boy from Scotland. Killy Boy Scotland. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to my brother Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to who else we have? It's a lot of Bill Taylor. Not familiar with who you is, fam. What you say, Larry Elder? We say Larry Elder gets a lot of racial abuse all the time. Yeah, from his own people. From his own people. I would have been the one giving him verbal abuse as well when I was ignorant and dead myself mentally. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Shout out to Eliza. Eliza, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Steve in the UK. Shout out to Bobby Cash. Let's see who else we have. Let me get it going a little faster. Who else we have? Shout out to, let's see, Jeff Luciano. What's up, fam? Who else we have? Shout out to Bold and Understanding. Shout out to Carlos Mendoza. Carlos Mendoza. ¿Cómo tú andas, mi hermano? Let's see. Shout out to Seeker. I ain't gonna say the first name. Shout out to Seeker. Who else we have? Shout out to Alan Skill. Shout out to Javis Bickle. Or Javis. Shout out to Jamie Marriott. Who else we have? I think that's it. Let's see. Shout out to Joe B. Shout out to Jabril Bay. Shout out to Dragon Leg. Shout out to my brother Ronald Finkley. And who else we have? Shout out to Dragon. Oh, yeah, I said Dragon Leg. Shout out to Corey Bradley. Shout out to my sister Karma Serene once again. Shout out to Southside Boxing. Shout out to King KO. Other than that, man, it's our boy Coach Malachi Williams representing for New Media Today USA Boxing. We're coming on again tomorrow, guys, live at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The topic has yet to be determined. Other than that, guys, that's it. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.